Blessings on me, blessings on me. Everywhere I go, they'll be. Everywhere I go, they'll be. Blessings on me, blessings on me. Everywhere I go, they'll be. Everywhere I go, I can feel it. I can feel it. See His blessings all around me in every season, and I'm more than grateful. In the good times, in the bad times, oh, I count them, 'cause I know they're never stopping, and I know God is for me. His love all around me. He gives me more than I need. He makes my life oh so sweet. He makes my heart feel so free. Yeah. Blessings on me, blessings on me. Everywhere I go, they'll be. Everywhere I go, they'll be. Blessings on me, blessings on me. Everywhere I go, they'll be. Everywhere I go, I can feel it. I can feel it. I can see your blessings, and everything I do is like I'm special, yeah. You're the one that I run to when it's ghetto, yeah. I can see your blessings, 'cause you take my life and make it better, yeah. Never giving me more than I can handle, but still providing everyone of and I'm living in your blessings, covered in your holy, no more stressing, yeah. On you I am dependent, sticking to your word, so I live in your blessings. Blessings on me, blessings on me. Everywhere I go, they'll be. Everywhere I go, they'll be. Blessings on me, blessings on me. Everywhere I go, they'll be. Everywhere I go, I can feel it. Blessings and blessings and blessings on me. Blessings on me. I can blessings on me.
Praise dancing. It's the intramurals of dancing. Anybody can do it. It's the only dance team where there can be a 7-year-old and a 47-year-old. Same team, no auditions, just... They dressed in the clothes that Jesus was resurrected in. It's flowy, but cut. Well, they just kind of dance the lyrics of the song. Like, they don't... There's no skill. You know that's what it... In the corners of my mind, I just can't seem to find a reason to believe that I can break free. 'Cause you see, I have been down for so long.
The other part that I want to say as an answer to you is, as you begin to find your way of working and you bump into something, you go, I can't make this work. Be gentle with yourself. Larry, I keep quoting Larry Moss because I studied with him for 14 years, and he's quite brilliant. You don't yell at a bud because it isn't a flower yet. It's gonna be a flower, but it opens when it's time for it to open. If you're working on something that is beyond your ability at the moment, it doesn't mean it will be beyond your ability in a month, but at the moment, it's gonna frustrate the hell out of you. Acknowledge it and go, I'm not getting this. I'm not achieving what I want to achieve right now. Tomorrow. I'll make another choice tomorrow. I'll look at one of these elements another way. or I need to go out and observe something that is this in life and see if I can learn something.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Message.
I'm a boy. You are not in prison anymore. Country got you crazy. Okay, 3, 5, 7.
Boom.
Oh, little tank tank.
Come on, P. Come on.
She's your queen to be. You gon' eat your cornbread.
Oh, my neck, my back, my neck and my back.
Hated it.
He's a good man, Savannah.
Break yourself, fool. He got some cutting last night.
You gotta go to work on Myra's feet. Ron.
You raggedy.
What does GTD stand for? Got the draws, okay? I'm about to go real. Yeah. It's kind of beastie. IG. Uh-huh. IG. Yeah. IG. Let me talk to him real quick. Okay, I'm from the K, that's in the middle of the map, fella. Certified bread state, vicious with them slaps, fella. Jokers pop the same noise, I'm on something different. They tryna work a hustle, but I treat this like a mission. Burning booze swiftly. You got 16s, well good for you. Got 32s with me. You got a circle, whoop-de-doo. I got a crew with me. A unit full of gorillas, it's the new 50. It's not a thing you can do with me. But fall back while I'm counting my load of blessings. Don't need insurance women to tell me the flow's progressive. I know it's so depressing, cause you love it if I lose it. But I know when all these dubs are piling up, it's kinda bruising to your precious little ego. I ain't playing around, the opposite of the ground that is mine like a seagull.
Hold up, wait.
The sky's what I mean though, invisible for now, but in a minute you gon' see though.
King Kong had a microphone, bouncing to a metronome. Probably sound something like this, like this. We've been grinding for the years, we're respecting months of peers, but we still can't get no love around here. What we do? Gorilla, 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 gorilla.
A gorilla, that gorilla than the rest. The snare is saying get it, I can feel it in my chest. The kick telling me sick, I'm turn these doubters into victims. Actions speak louder than rumors, I just laugh at all that mess. First they love you, then they hate you. Me no worry, me no envy. I got G-O-D beside me, so I'm in my Z-O-N-E. Gotta let these busters know that every time he bust the flow, it's guaranteed to knock him on the Maximus like Russell Crowe. Yo, the iron's hot and I'm feeling crispy. Guess it's time to pop snap and crackle. Spitting truth to these congregations. Now they yelling church tabernacle. Amen. Pay no mind to what they saying. This ain't up for no debating. Brought heat from the underground. Time to give the mainstream the thunder sound. Oh, okay. See, I ball and then repeat it. Shorties label me official, cause I call it like I see it. The DJ can't hear replay, but the rule is still the same. That boy Holla still a Christian, but he known to let it bang.
If King Kong had a microphone, bouncing to a metronome, probably sound something like this, like this. We've been grinding for the years, we're respecting months of peers, but we still can't get no love around here. What we do? Gorilla, 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 gorilla. If King Kong had a microphone, bouncing to a metronome, probably sound something like this, like this. We've been grinding for them years, we're respecting months of peers, but we still can't get no love around here. What we do? Gorilla, 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 gorilla.
Blessings falling down on me. It keeps bringing me joy. Each blessing I receive
blessing to come in front of me. Come in front. I'm in the cup with a bag on me. How you feel? Like I got my piece in this heavenly? Yes. We not the same. Keeping the fake up under me. You know. Yeah. I gotta go. I'm in the lead. Yeah. No checking the scope. Plain to see. You reap what you sow. You cannot face me, I gotta say this life is amazing, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Time he saved my life. Come in with that talk. Please don't kill my vibe. Shorty got that walk. She know what I like, yeah. With the gang and it's so shy, yeah. Okay. I'm in the still, I got the truth. Look at the pedigree. Okay. I never lose when I'm on the move. I'm leaning on the cheek. Okay. Dipped in the water, only the Father coming in clutch for me. Coming in clutch, yeah.
Blessings falling down on me. It keeps bringing me joy. Each blessing I receive.
Gave you problems I avoid. Why would I give up my core? Belief in you gon' change my world. Make me feel like I'm the world. You, well, maybe I'm not sure. Just make me your little vessel. I won't wrestle with you, Lord. I got all these blessings raining. I'm gon' need a new umbrella. We don't do that stressing, baby. Faith gon' work in any weather. Yes. Once I gave him all of me, I just hit the Hall of Fame. We take Jesus over shame. Got no limits, but he not damn. They say no, I'm still a saint. Yeah, I got a lot to prove. Fill my life with room. Here I got that tune. Yes, I couldn't help it, my confession. Tell him I'm about to bloom. He wrote me up from the womb. Blessings coming soon.
Blessings falling down on me. It keeps bringing me joy. Each new blessing I receive.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning to you. Hope you're okay. Happy Friday. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday to you. Hope everybody is well. Hope everybody's doing all right. Good to see y'all today. On this Friday, August the 15th, 2025, we done made it to another weekend. Another weekend. I don't know if you guys are tired after the week. I don't know if y'all are well rested after the week. Maybe you just came off a vacation. Maybe you out there living your best life like mama. I don't know. Maybe you are overworked this week. Maybe you have had a lot going on. I don't know what you've had going on, but here's the deal. Whatever you had going on, you made it to Friday. So good to see y'all on this Friday. It's Friday, August the 15th, and you're locked in with Zeke Live in the morning. A great way to start your day. An absolutely great way to start your day, and a great way to start your weekend. A great way to start your weekend, and hopefully you'll get some rest this weekend. I don't know if you got a busy weekend like me, you might not get a whole lot of rest. You might be kind of ripping and running all over the place like I got to do this weekend. But again, this is a great way to start your weekend. So at least you can start your weekend in a great way. You can start your weekend on a positive note with some positivity. And this week we've been talking all week long about accomplishing goals, reaching our goals, right? Like having some vision, not just being lost in dream world with unattainable dreams, but reaching vision. We've been encouraging each other in that way. We've been holding each other accountable in that way. Been doing what we got to do. Y'all know what it is. Been doing what we got to do in order to make sure that we make it, y'all. That we make it. That we do what we got to do. You know what I mean? And if ain't nobody else gonna take care of us, we gonna take care of us. So I'm glad to see y'all, Lock Stars. Glad y'all are here this morning on Friday. I really am. I'm glad that y'all are here. I'm glad that y'all stuck with me this long. And we got a good one for you today, man. We are looking at what are we devoted to? How are we being devoted? What are we devoted to? And I tell you what, this was already kind of the topic that was kind of at play, and I'll get into this in a little bit. But yesterday I was at a work thing, which is why I left a little bit early. Thank y'all to those who stuck on while I was gone yesterday. Rich and Rhonda took it, and man, they did an excellent job. We got surprised with Rhonda on the Rocks being on the show yesterday, and that was really helpful to me. Like of course, that was very helpful to me because, like I said, I had to go be somewhere. So it was helpful, and so they were talking. Thanks for those of y'all that stuck on there. But I was at this conference yesterday for work. We do it every quarter. With the whole network, Community Healing Resource Center, shout out. And and the topic about being devoted to self, devoted to your goal, all that. I wasn't going to use that word. I decided to use that word after the conference that we was at yesterday, and I'll explain that why a little bit later on. But that's what we're looking at. And I want to round this week out really thinking about that. What things have we devoted our attention to? What things have we devoted our energy to? What things have we devoted our wallets to? What things have we devoted our time to? What people have we been devoted to? And at the end of the day, the question really then stands, if you're going to reach a goal, have you devoted any time to yourself? Have you devoted any energy to yourself? Have you devoted any money to yourself? Are you being devoted to self, to the goals and the things that we say we want to reach, things we say we want to achieve, to your vision, your own vision, like trusting that you got it, trusted that God gave it to you, trusting that you can make it, but then having to put some devotion behind it, right? And we'll dive into that because, man, we were at this thing yesterday, and one of the speakers just put it in words in a way that it really just stuck and hit home for me and for the rest of the team and for everybody. And so it was just, it was good. Yesterday was a good day. Yesterday was a busy day, but a good day. And then, so after the conference, y'all know I told y'all we had, of course, Healing Voices. I'll just throw the banner up there so you can at least see it. We did the Healing Voices. I told you that's like a support group with music. So we had our support group yesterday. That's what I call it, a support group with music, because that's pretty much what it is. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it was designed to be, a support group, something that encourages us, something that keeps us, something that, and then we, something that makes us, accountable to each other and makes us know, helps us to know that we aren't alone in the world. And so we did this last night, Healing Voices. And yesterday, of course, was the Breathe Night. That's what we call it, Breathe Night. Y'all know we got Breathe and Build. And so yesterday was Breathe Night. We just made a track, turned the track on, and, we didn't turn the track on. We made the track. Everybody gave some input to the track. So, I started off with like a little melody on some roads. I just kind of started it off. And then, it was like, what do y'all hear? What do y'all hear in it? Hey, you, what do you hear in the beat? And, she gives me a certain beat. I say, okay, you hear that? Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll use that. And then, what kind of kick should we put in there? Okay, it should drive a little bit. Okay, somebody said add a shaker. Okay, bet. Somebody else said, put some horn on it. And then put this on. And before you know it, we had built a whole track. And everybody wrote a verse. One person had spoken word, like had written a whole spoken word thing. And it was so good. We were in there like, clock that. Y'all see I got it right. I was practicing last night. Clock it. Yeah, so she was spitting spoken word. One girl, she was getting out of her shell. Said this year she wanted to do, get better at doing that. And so now we said, okay, we're going to help hold you accountable. You say you want to get better at public speaking and doing all of that. Here's an opportunity. And we gave her that, like, you know what I mean? And she got through most of it. Like, she got through part of her thing, and then she got nervous, and but again, she had the support of community around her. My wife was there. She ended up having to come because so I'm leaving out the house, get a call, trying to just doing too much all at one time, trying to hurry up and get out of there. I got to the church, set everything up because I made it, on my computer, on my laptop, same one that I use here in the morning, right? So I get there, I'm using the laptop. Not using it, but setting it up. I'm using the laptop to make the tracks and everything that we're doing, with Logic Pro. I set the whole thing up only to realize I left the power cord at home. So I knew that with the programs we were running, this computer was going to last about 30 minutes and it was going to be dead. So I was like, oh my God. So I called my wife and, she was able to bring the cord, which, was beneficial. So she had a verse and, so we made it through. We made it through last night and it was, I promise y'all, it was such a good vibe. It was a good energy, lots of great conversation. That was just encouraging, people talking about their day and their week and checking in from how that's exactly what Healing Voices is. And so I want to encourage y'all next time we do one, come on through. But it was, when the next one is the 24th or something like that. I don't know what 28th. I don't know. Must be the 28th. Yeah. The next one is the 28th. So I want to encourage you. Yeah, the 28th. It is the 28th. I want to encourage you to come on out for that. And then while we're at it, let me just put this on this isn't the official flyer. I do have the official flyer, but the official flyer looks kind of like this a little bit, but the same information still stands. It's the exact same information. Save this date. Put this on your calendar on the 31st. Same location as Healing Voices, 114th and Vincennes in the Chicago area. My Community Healing Resource Center is doing a it's not technically a back to school bash, but we're going to pray for the kids and make sure they all right before they go back to school, even though many of them are already back in school. And that's weird in and of itself, seeing school buses and all kind of stuff starting to show around in different areas. You get used to the summertime when you ain't got to worry about all that, and now you got to worry about it again, the traffic that it causes. And there's a school right across the street from my house, and when they're dropping the kids off, you see that little, you see them rushing in there. You see folks who running their kids late. School started at 9 o'clock. Parents running in at 9:58, like speed demon, pulling into the lot. You see it like every morning, right? And then at the afternoon, they get out at something like 3:15 or something. I don't know. It's called 3:15. So by 3 o'clock, you can't even go down my street because all the cars that are lined up to pick up their kids. So it's that time of year again. So anyways, we're going to wish the kids off to school well. We're going to wish them to school well. And then we are also going to have some food and some music. I got DJ Miles Franklin. DJ Miles Franklin, if you don't know who he is, he's Power 90, not Power 92, or maybe he has done Power 92, but 102.3 and house music like extraordinaire and all of that. Like DJ Miles Franklin is going to be DJing. We'll have some food. We'll have some community resources. And then, just a good time. Just a good time. Some games, some challenges. We'll have a few giveaways, just a few prizes and stuff. So we'll have that there August 31st. Make sure you come on out for that. We definitely want to see you there. So, yeah, I'm telling y'all, man, last night was awesome. That whole Healing Voices concept is a good concept. I'm really proud of that one. I'm really proud of that one. Pat on the back. I'm proud of that one. It was just a good night. A good night. I want to encourage you to come on out. So that week, of course, we'll be doing two things. There's Healing Voices on Thursday, and then there's the Bash on Sunday. So there's a couple things going on that week with CHRC, Community Healing Resource Center, CHRC. Something that you could come on out and you can enjoy with us. And we want to see you. Be my special guest. Come on, be my special guest. And then I got a couple gigs that's actually coming up. I told you I'm getting back into this music world. Ain't we holding each other accountable, y'all? Ain't we holding each other accountable, y'all? I got my cowboy hat on, so I got to say ain't and y'all. Ain't and y'all. I got to say all of that. Ain't we holding each other accountable, y'all? Yeah. So I told you I'm getting back into the music world this year. Like that's, I took a little bit of a hiatus, a little bit of a break. And so I'm back at it. I'll have those things announced soon. Once we get the flyers and stuff for that. But once we receive those, we'll be able to share those with you. But I will say at least a couple of dates. I think September 13th sounds right. It's a Saturday. If the 13th is a Saturday, that's the day. All I remember is I kept saying September 11th, and that's not right. So it's whatever Saturday is right next to September 11th. I think that's the 13th. Don't quote me on it. I don't got a calendar in front of me. But you can mark that date off. It's right here in Chicago. And then September the 26th. That's a Friday night as well. You can check me out. We'll be in concert. So we'll have flyers and stuff for all of that. So September, I got a couple shows that's going on. You definitely, if you want to see what I'm about musically, come on through and check me out. Come on through and check me out on those days. Yeah. Outside of that, like I said, Healing Voices was so good last night, though. That is definitely one of those things that I am, like I said, proud to have under my belt, proud to have there, and proud to be able to offer to the people. So come on out for those events. Man, y'all, I don't know. What has y'all's week been like? Have y'all had a busy week? Have y'all had a stressful week? This is just a little check-in here. Just a little check-in. For everybody that's here, all you lock stars, it's just a little check-in, and I'll tell you what I'm even going to do a little early here. I am going to throw this comments on so you can see your comments pop up. I'll go ahead and give you that little bit of information, a little bit of housekeeping stuff, I guess, real quick. The comments will show up over here on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen if you're watching live, so you can feel free to interact and engage with the show. We try to interact as much as we can. Yeah, so that's right there. And then since I'm at it, before we keep with this check-in, make sure that you're subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can subscribe right there. That's all at the middle of the right side on the screen. Zeke Lock on YouTube. If you're not subscribed, and maybe you just happenstancely, if that's a word, popped up on here and you found this, then go ahead and hit subscribe. If you like what you're catching, if you like what's going on here in the morning, go ahead and like it, turn your notifications on, and you can also follow us on the Book of Faces. You can follow us there. We are on there as well. Instagram, you can follow me on Instagram, but we're not active on Instagram anymore. We're not doing live on Instagram no more. We decided to just let that one just settle for a minute. We decided to do that because Instagram has some new like time limits and all kind of other stuff. Like we was like, anybody finna be doing that, so we just decided no. But yeah, go ahead and like us and do all that kind of stuff. Feel free to share this with somebody, because we do want to round this week out like on an encouraging note. I want to make sure that y'all know that today is not about, it's not about one-upping nobody. It's not about trying to make yourself, feel like you're beat down and bogged down. But hopefully when it's all said and done, you feel like you really, really, really feel like you can go on. You feel like that old song used to say, I can make it. Remember that song? I can make it. I want you to feel like you can make it. I want you to feel like everything is all right. And so with that being said, here's a little bit of maybe a morning mental check, a morning mental check-in, a morning emotional check-in, a morning spiritual check-in. How you doing today on Friday? How you doing? And I really mean that wholeheartedly. How are you doing? How are you doing? And you don't have to necessarily answer that if you don't want. You can answer that in the comments or whatever. But I want you to think about that, process that, really feel that, really feel. How are you doing? How are you feeling? How are you maintaining? I mean, it's been a week. For, like I said, some people, you might have had long weeks. You might have had a long week this week. For somebody else, you might have had a great week. I mean, it might have been best week ever. BWE, best week ever. You might have had that. Like what is it really? What is it really for you? How are you really feeling? And you really should think about that. It really is important. And we've tried to do that a few times this week where we check in like that. But you really, really, really should make that check of self. And like I said, we had this conference yesterday, and the whole conference ended up being about that. It literally ended up being the whole thing about us, the workers who do this work in community, just checking in with us. How are we feeling? How are we doing? How are we hanging? How are we handling? How are we, that was really what the whole day yesterday was about. And so it was really on my mind, how are you guys doing? Then of course we went to Healing Voices, and that was the first 30 something minutes was just checking in, 40 minutes of just checking in with each other, encouraging each other in that way. And I think that's important to do, especially on a Friday. And let me show you why on a Friday, because for most of us, we're not working this weekend. For most of us, some people got to work on weekends, and I get that. Okay, that's cool. But for most people, you're not working on the weekend, right? So where are you really feeling at? What do you need to do this weekend to get you back to you, or to maintain what you've had this week? If you had the best week ever this week, What are you going to do this weekend like that makes sure to help you get to next week and make next week better than this week was, if you can, right? Like, so this weekend, maybe you need to sit back and think about it. Or maybe you had a horrible week. Maybe you was just overworked, overwhelmed, underpaid, and underappreciated. I don't know. Maybe you felt that way all this week. So maybe this weekend needs to be a weekend where you just rest. Maybe this weekend you just need to just, sit back and just chill maybe this weekend. I don't know. It's different for everybody. And really the only person who can answer that is you. You're the only one who can answer that. So think about that. Really think about that. Your emotions, have they been up this week? Have they been down this week? Have you been in a lull all week long? Have you been in a position this week where it feels like, how will I put this? It feels like nobody has loved you. I don't know. Maybe, I don't want to trigger anything for nobody, but have you been in a position this week where it feels like nobody's there for you? You feel like you're lonely. You feel like you got no one who's in your corner or got your back. I mean, maybe that means then that there's some stuff that you got to consider this weekend. Whatever it is, let's not come out of the weekend, and it's Friday. We're going into the weekend. But whatever it is, let's not come out of the weekend worse than we went into it. Let's come out of the weekend better than we went into it. Let's come out of the weekend with, with a sense of, I can do this. And I hope that by the end of this show, that today you'll feel a little bit more in tune with yourself. You'll feel a little bit more in tune with your mission. You'll feel a little bit more in tune with your call. You'll feel a little bit more in tune with your goals. And you'll feel a little bit more in tune with you, with yourself, knowing that you have the ability to accomplish everything that you set your mind out to do. We quote the scripture all the time. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And really the context of that scripture is the preceding verse. I've learned to be abased. I've learned to abound. So sometimes you up, sometimes you down. Ooh, that's bars. Clap that. Dang it. I said I was going to get it right all day today. Clock that. But y'all see how quick I caught myself. Clock it, right? Like, sometimes you abased, sometimes you abound, sometimes you up, and you end up right back down. But turn that smile upside. But sometimes your smile gets turned upside down, and all you can do on a good day is frown. Sometimes you end up in a position like that, but guess what? You can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. You can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. And that strength, if Christ is giving you strength, then his strength is eternal. So I don't think that's a strength that just, dies. You know what I mean? Like, it's a strength that will sustain you, a strength that will keep you, but it don't just keep you so that you can stay down. It keeps you and at some point lifts you back up. So my question for you is, are we going to be able to get into next week lifted up? Like, by the end of this show, I want you to feel like if you go back on any of these episodes this week, I want you to feel like you're lifting back up. Elevating. Come on and elevate, y'all. Come on and elevate. You can elevate. You can lift back up. You can hold your head up high. You can rest assured that it will be okay. But sometimes it don't feel that way. And we know that. We've been on this earth long enough to know that every day ain't that way. But we also been here long enough to know that every day that's bad eventually turns into something good. Like somewhere down the line, things just turn around. It's just part of life. So, don't get stuck in the moments that don't feel good. But at the same time, if everything is going wonderful and perfect for you, how do you build on that? How do you grow on that? How do you move that into now action? How do you move that into action? It was a good week. You were clear-headed. You were level-minded. Maybe you had vacation. Whatever the case may be, don't come out of that and then immediately go back into a nonsensical kind of a world where you know what I mean? Where all of these good vibes and things that you've had all week now dissipate and they are meaningless. Like, let's get to the place where, and I really mean this, let's get to the place where we're so good within ourselves that we can encourage each other. Before we take this music break, I'm going to Let's see here. Yeah, we'll talk about that when we get off the music break. We'll talk about it when we get off the music break. I'm trying to be more disciplined about these music breaks. I'm trying to be more disciplined about that stuff. I'm telling y'all, we on the way up, y'all. Zeke Live in the morning. I'm trying to do what we need to do in order to get it where it needs to go. And part of that comes with disciplining how we take our breaks and all that stuff. But when we get back, we are going to do our morning affirmations, aka morning shout outs. We're going to do that stuff. So 2 traditions we've started over here at Zeke Live in the morning. They both happen organically. I didn't ask for them. They just started happening. I just started noticing it and then built into it. But yeah, 2 traditions that we've now started. I'm calling them traditions, but they're new traditions. And one of them is to not only say good morning, but leave a little bit of a comment to people and, let them know that their day is going to be all right, that they're going to be all right. Give them a little bit of affirmation. And sometimes you're not the one who's able to put a little bit of a good word in there because you need to hear a good word. And that's why we all do it, so we can lean on each other. So, saying something like good morning, today is a great day, and you can enjoy your day or morning and be blessed. And all, people say all kinds of stuff in here. That's the way it goes. And we're going to read those off and make those affirmations. And then our other affirmation that we make is we've started naming the day. So today is Friday. Somebody might call it, for instance, Freedom Friday, or like I just said, for instance, it might be For Instance Friday. Matter of fact, I'm gonna add that one to the lexicon right now. That just hit me. For Instance Friday. What does for instance means? It means let me show you an example. And I think that this might be the word for somebody right here. God's gonna make a for instance out of some of y'all even today. This is gonna be your For Instance Friday. I just made this up right now. If I was Pastor Bill Ellis, he would say, "Thank you, Holy Ghost." He would look up like this. He would say, "Thank you, Holy Ghost." Let me give that word to somebody. Let me encourage you. This is going to be your For Instance Friday. God is going to make an example out of you. You're going to be the for instance in the world. For instance, when you having a bad day, this is how God going to turn it around for somebody today. For instance, when you having a bad day, God is able to turn it around. For instance, look at Brony Cat. For instance, look at Rhonda on the Rocks. I'm calling names. I can't see nobody on here, by the way, y'all. So hopefully these people are in here while I'm calling them out. For instance, look at you know what I mean? Like, I'm calling names of people who actually be on the show. So y'all just, y'all bear with me. If y'all don't know those names, then you ain't been watching Zeke Live in the morning long enough. But it's going to be a for instance. For instance, God can turn something around. For instance, God can heal. For instance, God can get you back up. For instance, God, you're gonna be the for instance for somebody. You're gonna be the example that God uses in the world. And so this might be your For Instance Friday. So that's one of the traditions we do. We name the day For Instance Friday, Freedom Friday, Family Friday, whatever that is for you. Feel free to go ahead and put that out there, because we call those morning affirmations out. So do that. We're doing that when we get back off this music break. And I just saw my screen backstage. We got somebody coming on when I get back. We'll be right back after this music break, y'all. It's gonna be a good time today. For instance, God is working in you. Hey.
No matter how far I go, you'll never turn your back. Oh, you're so faithful. I can't even count the times, no. You came and rescued my soul. God, you're able. Your love stopped me right in my tracks, and I will never ever want to go back. Yeah. Feel my heart beating right in my
it's like, yo, you even paying attention? Nah, seriously, you've been looking outside the whole FaceTime chat. Go take a walk, get some fresh air, some oxygen up in your nostrils. We'll talk about this later.
I'll get you though. We're gonna get this TikTok done.
All right, for sure.
All right, see you later.
Be blessed. Yo,
All right.
take it.
Bye.
All right.
I've been messed up, I've been broke down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now. Running faster, I can't slow down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now. Cause I've been blessed up, I've been broke down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now. Running faster, I can't slow down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now.
Hey, I got the juice. Wait a minute, running back, I got the truth. Girl talk to rebel to rehab, we been headed. Don't mind every hash, I'm teaching the youth. Remember, we was always seeking his face. Running up the charts was never the race. Buy a ticket to the show and you might get to heaven on it. Boy, we leaking with grace, dripping. Don't poke foes, but the foes stay tipping. Nigga one day about the Lone Star flipping. Man, the first lady got our first lady on a playlist. I'm tripping, we too blessed. Handed the Lord on a set, see what he finna do next. Shawty hit me on my blessed. Handed the Lord on a set, see what he finna do next. Shawty hit me on my jack and said jump on the track. I said run it up, I'm feeling blessed.
I've been messed up, I've been broke down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now. Running faster, I can't slow down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now. Cause I've been blessed up, I've been broke down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now. Running faster, I can't slow down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now. 100 bands, okay, okay.
Got them chips, yeah.
100 bags, no layaway.
Oh, it's lit, yeah.
All gon' pass, no you can't save.
Got it, yeah.
Better pray, your soul is safe, no escape. See the top and the nose, hold me down, I'ma grow. You should peep who you rose, you exposed, you a clone. Disappearance, now your worth looking real low like a clearance. Got you giving up, whoa, with the perseverance. Gotta stick to it even with the interference, gotta stay prayed up. Yeah, I'm talking about the spirit, ooh yeah, ayy. That's a slut now, I ain't gotta flex, no stunt now, yeah, I been down, no bluff now, yeah, I been down, but I'm up now, so pull up with the test, won't flunk now. I ain't gotta stress now, I ain't gotta fuss now. I just gotta go and live my best, you know what now, cause I'm up now, yeah, yeah. I've been blessed up, I've been rolled down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now. Running faster, I can't slow down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now.
Now let me tell y'all about really living blessed up. See, I've been at the lowest of lows and I've been at the highest mountaintops. And the one thing that I found out is, it's not about the platform, it's not about the network, it's not about the paper chasing, but it's all about the purpose chasing. You see, what you've gone through has made you, and it's actually the reason why you blessed. So go on, turn up the music and don't stress, cause the season you in right now, just give it a little time and it'll prove you blessed. My top.
Blessed up.
Hey, we back. Blessed up. You gotta be blessed up. Yep. How many of y'all feeling blessed? How many of y'all feeling blessed this morning? I'm looking here and I'm just checking my text messages and some just threw me way off. If I pop off of here for a minute, y'all understand why. Well, y'all probably won't understand why because I'm not going to tell you why. Just know y'all keep me in prayer. Keep my family in prayer. I'm sitting here reading through some text messages and just threw me way off. Let me do this. Yep. Get on here encouraging everybody else. What do you do when you encouraging everybody else and everything in your life just keep going every other which way? What the hell is that about? Lord, if ever we needed the Lord, we sure do need him now, right now. And that is my testimony for the day. Let me do this, y'all, before we dive into these morning shout outs, because now I really need to read y'all's morning affirmations because I need those affirmations for myself. But before I do it, I'm gonna bring to the stage the one and only. He's been gone since Monday. He's been out of here. We haven't seen him since Monday. Here, he's back this morning. Y'all welcome Mr. Eric Rideout.
I felt like Rhonda for a minute.
What's that?
Because when it came on so quick, I looked and said, oh, wait, I'm on.
My bad. I thought you was right. I thought you was ready back there. My bad. I did round it the same way the other day. I just.
Oh, it's cool.
I said, I'll bring it to the stage if you ready. And she was like, no. I thought she said, yeah. And I threw her on the stage. She was like, okay, here we are.
Hey, man, what happened?
What up, E?
Oh man, I'm good. It's been a few days. A lot. You know how you deal with stuff from work.
Yeah. Well, of course.
You have to take a mental break for yourself. And for me, that's what I did. I feel great. I took some days. And the funny thing is, I live down the street from my mother. Like, we're down the street. And I came and stayed at their house for a few days. And it's like, most people say, why? And I just wanted a break. And it don't, I mean, that sounds crazy, right? Like
not at all.
No. But I'm like, I just want to be around other people for me.
Not at all. My parents, you know, when I moved from Hopkins Park into Kankakee, my parents were still in Hopkins Park. So, you know, some days I'd just spend the night out there because, you know, 20, 30-minute drive, you know. But then when they moved to Kankakee, they moved up to Kankakee and they literally moved a 5-minute walk from me. So you a 5-minute drive. I was a 5-minute walk.
I'm less than that. I'm breathing.
Yeah.
You just get over it.
Yeah. That's how it was with my parents. Like, if I got in the car to drive to their house, it would take me a minute and a half. Like, I mean, it was like that. But it was some days where I just wanted to be away from the house. I just wanted to be with my parents. I just wanted to be at the house. So I would stay at their crib. I'd go over there, eat some food, raid their cabinets, and then just stay there for the night. Like I mean, just be there 2-3 days, just spending the night. You know, I can't do that now. Now, if I go see my parents, I gotta stay at their house for 2 or 3 days because they live way in Nevada now, you know. But when they was here and they live right around the corner, please, I show up over there. I can't just be over there. Like,
I said, I need a break. I'm gonna give me a few days in the guest room and set up, work, everything, ate. I said, raise the refrigerator, and no people. I got plenty of food at home, lights on, all my bills are paid, rent paid. I'm not home. I just, you know, sometimes you just take a different environment. Because sometimes out of a small thing like this, another person's house helps you reset yourself.
Yeah.
This is a week of reset for me.
Yeah. It's like it jolts you off of your routine, you know? Yeah.
That's what I needed. Because, you know, traveling for work all the time. And like I just found out, Monday, I'm back to Minnesota till Thursday. Come back Thursday night. Saturday, I'm on the way to St. Louis for the phone. So it's a lot of traveling. Then my schedule, you know, and then I think I'm trying to figure out ways to entertain myself before the tours happen, because once this season of work stops traveling and say, okay, we're not hiring anybody else, boom, you just at home, sitting in the living room. Most people say, you make great money to sit at home on the couch. But you know, Zeke, sitting at home all day can be
exhausting. In a weird way, it's exhausting. Being home is exhausting in a weird way. You know. And
then you say, I get in the car and go somewhere, but then, well, ain't nothing happening. Where you going?
Yeah. It's exhausting. It's the truth. And you just want to get out and just drive. And we gotta, you know, I take a drive that I like. I got a few drives I like. One of my new favorite drives, anybody who's familiar in the state of Indiana, Northwest Indiana specifically, Route 12. Just going up Route 12. So, like, you know, going from here, I just take Indianapolis Boulevard until I get to Michigan Avenue in not Chicago, Michigan, but in Hammond. Yeah. You just take that and I just stay on that and we'll just drive that. Then we turn off and go through all the forests and everything. And you know, it works your way to Michigan City, actually to the state of Michigan, like it'll get you to the state of Michigan. You know.
Crazy how street can take you. Indiana got streets to take you in a whole nother state.
Mm-hmm.
You can stay on 12 and you like I said, you cross into Michigan, you go to the outlet. Sometimes I go by the outlet mall area and ride around and just and then you come back home and you feel better. So I would encourage everybody, because when you start getting that mindset of you feel crowded or that's right when you can slip into a depressive situation or some mental stress. Like Zeke does, he goes for rides. I go for rides. Sometimes I get on and do other stuff. For me, a good release is I watch Instagram videos, scare pranks and stuff like that, and stuff to make me laugh. But yeah, you have to figure out a way to distract yourself. And then also, this is a week of some praying for some stuff and focusing on God on some stuff. So man, I'm you know, you got to take the minutes and just say,
yeah.
But hello, everybody. On another note, before we get into our morning shout outs, good morning, everybody. Thank y'all for being supportive. Please share this. Help us grow our base even bigger. You guys do that. You all that's watching, if it's 15 of y'all watching, if each one of you all share it in the morning, that might be 3 new people watching every day. And then them 3 sharing, and them 3 sharing. Next thing you know, we have 60,000 people every day watching what we're talking about. Which sometimes doesn't do nothing. It don't matter. You ain't doing nothing else.
It's all good, and we are growing, y'all. We are and it's a good time. I promise y'all. We track it, we look, and we can see the growth. It may not look like much to some, but it's a lot for us, and we appreciate each one of y'all. We really do. We appreciate each one of y'all for being here with us. Let's dive into these morning. I keep calling them morning shout outs because that's what we started calling it. But it's the morning affirmations now. That's like the new name because people been so inspiring. I mean, that's a really cool trend that just happened in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Like, people just started being super inspiring. So I'm not even mad at it. We done made it a tradition. So let's see. Who's the first comment of the day today? Who we got first up? It looks like we got Miss Asia Jamal. First comment of the day. She just messed up Marcus's streak, boy. Marcus was on a streak for like a week, boy. He was like, if he wasn't the first, he was the second. Like, he was... Man, he was on a streak all week. Asia just busted it up, man. Look at that, Mark. See, you got to be quick, man. Ladies, you'll be doing something good, and a lady gonna come along and say, "No, I'm gonna show you how to do it better." There's Miss Asia Jamal with the Pure Life podcast, and she's saying happy Friday to everybody. So happy Friday to all of y'all. There's a happy Friday for you. And then look who else it is. It's Mama Miss Sherry Staten. She's on the YouTube side, and she's reminding us that we are more than just the family we're born to, but the family that we choose. And since you've chosen to be part of the Lockstar family, then she's saying good morning to you. So good morning, family. She also said, what up, E? She also said that. So I think the people miss you a little bit, Eric. I think the people be missing when you gone. They ain't gonna admit it, but they be missing you. They
do, especially a certain person. Certain people. Really.
You know what she's gonna say? You obsessed with her.
See, if she says that, she don't know if I'm talking about her.
Oh, you might be talking about Keys. Oh,
matter of fact, Keys wedding this week.
They get married tomorrow. Yeah. Keys and Ari. Yeah.
I might be there, then I might not. I'm supposed to be at something, so I'm gonna try to work that out to be there for that.
Yeah, I'll be leaving from one thing, headed to his thing, and then this was a busy weekend. Like, it's a nonstop. I think I got pretty much nonstop for the next 2 months. And by the time I get into October, I'm probably going to need like a week of a break. Like, if I don't get one, I don't know if I'm make it. Here's Brony Cat. She's here this morning saying, good morning, Lockstars. All right. Hold on. Where's my tambourine? Eric, I got a tambourine. Now when they say the days, I be... Whenever we get a new day, I got a tambourine. We got Fantastic Friday.
I'm surprised you didn't have one before. I'm like, church. You just swipe one from up there.
Well, I do. I just never had it available. It was just never around me. Like, I had a whole box of tambourines that was sitting in my car, and every day I'd be like, I need to get a bell or a tambourine, and be like, all the way outside. It's too late by that time. So then I had to bring that box in the house, and so I remember it was sitting on the porch, and I was like on the front porch. It's like we got a covered front porch, So I had my wife. I was like, babe, bring me that tambourine. So now every time I get a new day. So we got Fantastic Friday. There's the first one that we got. Fantastic Friday from Miss Brony Cat, and I gotta find her church announcement She says, welcome to Zeke Live in the Morning with host Zeke Locke, Eric Rideout, Rich Holmes, and Ron DeCohen. Grab a morning beverage and let's vibe into the weekend. I like that. Let's vibe. Remember Sir the Baptist had us doing his little dance? He didn't have us doing it. We just started doing it because he was doing it and then we just started doing it all the time, like, yeah. So yeah, vibe into the weekend. And she asked what morning beverage. Y'all gotta grab your morning beverage. She always reminds us. For some people, hopefully you're drinking water. I'm doing a little bit of both. I got my coffee in my Santa Claus mug, and that's how you could tell my wife is home, because I didn't wash no dishes while she was gone. But she been keeping my cup clean. You said what happened?
I'm about to make some coffee myself.
Oh, what kind of coffee do you drink? Like,
man, they have the what do you call the thing?
The Keurig.
Yeah.
So like whatever kind is there. Yeah. I feel that.
Good to me.
Yeah. Keurigs are Keurigs are good. I like the Keurigs, but with me and my wife, we did we did a real honeymoon. We did kind of a staycation honeymoon, and we went to the Sofitel Hotel in Chicago. Oh my God, I ain't gonna tell that story right now. I'll wait till one day when my wife is on, I'll tell that story. Oh Lord, but they have another kind. It's called a Nespresso. Have you ever seen Nespresso machines? Mm-hmm. They make Keurigs look like poor people stuff. They
make Keurigs like a VHS.
Yeah. Like Keurigs are dope. Even if you get the best Keurig, even the hotel Nespresso machine was like an elevation. It was like it was so fancy. You press the little button, it does the little thing, and I was like, ooh, even the little pods, they're like golden and bronze, and it's like, oh, this is fancy.
And you notice because it's fancy like that, you make something to drink. You really don't want it, but you do it just because. Right,
you just do it. It's like I just gotta use this. For no other reason. I just gotta use this. Eric, let's see here real quick. They're saying you have an echo. As I'm scrolling through here, they said they can't hear you. You have an echo. Let's see. Maybe we should do something over here. Let's check well, that's all the way up, so I don't know.
Echo, or everybody can hear me. I think it's just that. I think Rhonda said it, but I think everybody else can hear me. I don't hear.
Yeah. What are y'all hearing? Yeah. We'll check in like that real quick. Make sure that the show's moving good.
Yeah, because I don't have any mics or nothing plugged in. This great computer,
because you at your mama's house and you ain't feel like bringing all that stuff. See, you and Rhonda are more alike than y'all even know. See that? Y'all see that? Rhonda did the same thing the other day. She was like, I don't have a computer. She was like, I don't have the right computer. I don't got my microphone. I got my stuff. Yeah.
And they might be hearing me bounce off your background, maybe.
Oh, you know what? You got a little echo from me? Let me try something real quick. It's good to check this up. Yeah, it's good to check in before we do this. Let's see if that helps. Y'all let me know. I just did something. I don't know if that changes the sound or anything.
I don't hear it now. But whatever you just did, when I would say something, I could hear me just a little bit, like a little delay.
Oh, you know what? I didn't have the echo cancellation on my thing because I wanted the stereo sound so I could use something. But yeah. But I'm not using headphones. Like I would need to use headphones to keep it in stereo sound. I hope it wasn't doing that all day yesterday. Shoot. Yeah, because yesterday was the first day I turned it off. I was like, let me see what this does. But I don't like wearing the headphones, so it just comes out in my speakers,
What about the little with the cord on it?
I used to, yes, I don't like using the ones with the cords because I move around too much and I'm moving my hands and I'm turning around and grabbing stuff. And then I tried to use my AirPods. Every time I used my AirPods, it kept just like, it would go back and forth between the AirPods. They would disconnect, reconnect. It was a hassle. It would turn my mic off. It just effed everything up on the computer. So I just said, forget that. I did that like twice and I said never again. So, yeah. So, yeah. So there y'all go. Let's see. Mama's awful on the Facebook side. I said awful on the Facebook. It's also on the Facebook side. Saying good morning, family. I love y'all so much. You just don't know. Blessings to you all. Let's have a beautiful Friday and start this weekend off right. And y'all know, Mama is out there on vacation. She out there doing the vacation thing. I saw it down in the comments when I was looking at the other stuff. She said that she's traveling back this weekend, so she got a busy weekend. So we're gonna keep her lifting in prayers for safe traveling journeys, her and the fam and whoever she's traveling with. We're going to keep them in prayer because she is out there. Eric, Mama been living her best life all week, bro. She been like, she been zip lining at the Hoover Dam, going down on Fremont Street. Like, she been living her best life. So
she left her baby girl at home. Get her.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes you got to. Sometimes you got, like you said, you got to get that moment of woosah, Let's see here. Here go DJ Red. Dang, a lot happened. Every time you leave, a whole lot be happening. We have dubbed. No, you were here that day. You were here. We dubbed DJ Red, Reverend Red. Now he's Reverend Red. Like, so,
Pastor Red.
He said, "Good morning, blessed people. It's Faithful Friday. Oh, new day. We got Fantastic Friday, and now we got Faithful Friday." He said, "God's love and promises never change. Trust him in every season. Tune in to Zeke Live in the morning. Like, share, subscribe, and here's the hashtag I like that he puts. Says, you got this. If y'all don't hear nothing else, remember, you got this. That's why you lock in over here. To at least be reminded that you got this." Shout out to DJ Red. Man, DJ Red, they got you today, bro. They got you today, man. They was in the comments early today, man. You had like 3 people that got it there before you. Like that, man, they got you today. You said what? E? Oh, I think you just muted yourself. Some kind of way you just cut something off. Yeah. You just cut something off. Nope, still gone. I'm gonna keep going while you fix it. Yeah. Keep it moving. Because you definitely want to be able to say hi to this next one. But before I do the next one, let me say it like this. Brony Cat agrees with you. Please like and share the podcast. Make sure you subscribe so that you can receive notification whenever we go live. Yeah, I hear you now. There you go. There you go. Just in time for the next one right here. Just in time for somebody that's in the other room. There you go.
I just get up and I should take the whole camera right to her bedroom and just turn it around. Let's go.
That's Eric's mama, y'all. Y'all know how I feel about the mamas of the show. Y'all go show Mama JP right out. Y'all go show her some love. Go show her all the love in the world. She says, "Good morning, everybody." And y'all know I like to emphasize the everybody. Good morning, everybody. The saints, the ain'ts, and everybody in between. Everybody, no matter if you're feeling good, feeling bad, high or low, you deserve a good morning. And Mama says good morning to you, but she gave us a new day. It's Fabulous Friday. Ooh.
I wonder what she would do if I come like this, go in her room with this thing with all y'all. She probably have shit.
Throw a cup at you or something, like throw a hot cup of coffee.
I'll be outside. Used to be in the car going home.
Right. Well, guys, I'm right after the music break. You're like, where Eric go? He in the car on his way home. Like,
whole different background.
I'm just gonna say that. Like, why your background changed all of a sudden? Yeah, I wouldn't have. You know why? Well, there's another day, y'all. Fabulous Friday. Y'all go show Mama some love over there. And then look who it is. It's our girls. Rhonda on the rocks. There it is right there. Rhonda says that everybody who gets on before her are the cheaters. She calls them the cheaters because some kind of way. She said they got a cheat code or something where they can get on before her because she's like, how in the world? She's like, I got the access to the back room. How do y'all still beat me here? Your mic went out again. Yeah, your mic keep going out.
I muted it.
Oh, gotcha.
A lot of people be here early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they come on, they already got comments.
Yeah. That's the thing about when you go, when you are subscribed on YouTube. I mean, you can still search it out and you'll see it, but when you're subscribed and you got the notifications on, it lets you know when we load the show up, which is usually right around. It's usually somewhere between 7 and 7:15, you know, on a late day, maybe 7:20 or so that we load it up. On an early day, depending on what I got going on, it might be 6:30 in the morning. I mean, you know, but usually right around 7 through 7:15, we're loading up the show. And so you'll see it pop up on your screen. If you subscribe, you'll see it pop up on your screen saying Zeke Live has a, you know, Zeke Lock has a show ready to go or something like that, whatever it says. And then you can actually comment on it from there. So the cheaters be commenting early. Uh-oh, you gone again.
I keep muting it because I don't want no echoes. I do see where she said she was zip lining. And the last time I was zip lining was when we was in Vegas. You remember in Vegas how you can zip line down the street in Vegas? All that thing.
I'm sure that's the zip line she did on Fremont Street. I have not done that one yet. Me and my wife were supposed to do that last time we was out of my parents. It was just, I think it was like late. They were going to close soon. We said we were going to come back and we just went on with our lives. But we just kept on living our life instead. Rhonda gave us a new day. I like this one right here. Faith Fulfilled Friday. Ooh, that's prophetic almost, boy. Let's go ahead. You got to really put a tambourine to that one right there. That's Faith Fulfilled Friday. That's really good, actually, because that gets in line with the whole week that we've had these last couple of weeks. You know, like, what do you got faith in? And do you really have, like, the faith to believe that God will be able to, like, actually see that thing through for you and that you can see it through through God. That, song we used to sing, I know my God, he will come through. Do you really have enough faith to believe that's what can happen? Because it'll be fulfilled. Like I said, it's gonna be a for instance Friday for somebody. God gonna just start doing a for instance on folks. You're gonna start making examples out of folks about the goodness of what he can do. And so there's that right there. And then also another one right here. I'm gonna go ahead and tambourine this one as well. A second day she gave us Father's Friday. I like that. I like that a lot. Shout out to all the amazing dads, especially my dad, the late great Sidney Cohen. Yeah, God rest his soul. And thank God for the legacy that he left, especially his daughter, who has come over here and just helped us elevate the show. But to all the amazing dads, Eric, you're an amazing dad. You raised up an amazing daughter, and you did that as a single father and as a committed to your family and your daughter, and then still spoiling her to this day. Clearly,
I'm hanging out. Matter of fact, we hanging out later on today.
See, that's beautiful that you still hang out with your daughter and she still. That's really, really good, actually. Kids grow up and they, of course, they live their own life. Everybody lives their own life, and she go do her own thing.
Oh yeah,
but she loves her daddy, and I love that.
Yeah, don't get it twisted though. She will disappear for 2 weeks at a time. We're like, where this chick at? And I have to call her. You alive? Oh my God, Dad, I'm just doing me. Okay, just making sure you're alive. She will disappear at the same time. Oh, and Rhonda, I did get your invite for your event. I just forgot I saw it. I'm like, oh, cool. That sounds fun.
Yeah, I got it too, but I didn't even see it. I knew about it because Sticks asked me. She was like, did you see Rhonda's thing? I was like, what's that? And it was like 2 days later. Like, I'm starting to acknowledge that I'm just bad with a phone. Anybody who knows me knows that, and it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Like, so I'm trying to be better, but part of my being better is getting married and letting her take care of all that stuff. So there you go. You gotta do what you gotta do. There you go.
Matter of fact, you need to get Uncle Big Man her number 2, so he can't reach you like he was trying to tell me. You can just wake her up in the middle of the night looking for you.
She's like, whose number is this?
And he won't have no respect for us. Like, yeah, this is Fred. What's Zeke? Like, oh, he was next to you.
Right, tap Zeke on the shoulder real quick. Tell him to call me. And then speaking of Rhonda on the rocks, here's Rhonda's mama. Y'all know how I feel about the mamas of the show. Here's Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen. There she is right there. She says, good morning, Lockstars family. And we got a new day. A new day. It's Frame Friday. Ooh, and I love the explanation that's here. She says, frame your soul and thoughts, your mind, will, and emotions with truth. Ooh, frame your soul and your thoughts with truth. Avoid, bypass, and keep clear of negativity and stinking thinking. Trust God to lead you. I love that. I love that. Listen, that's just the explanation deserves a tambourine. The explanation deserves a tambourine. Y'all preaching. I told y'all that's why we do these affirmations every morning. That's exactly why we do them. And then look who we got in here. Y'all go show Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen some love, though. Y'all know how I feel about the mamas of the show, and every time I see one of the host mamas on here, I'm gonna say it every time. Y'all, I'm sure y'all figured that out over the last few months. That I'm gonna be like, y'all know how I feel about the mamas of the show. I'm sure y'all done figured that out by now. So make sure you show some love over there. Make sure you like, heart, and give her some love, because we love Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen. Let's see here. We gave her a new name yesterday. Oh, that's right. Rhonda said, don't call me Pastor on the rocks. We ain't gonna call her that. I'm gonna keep calling her what I've been calling her, Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen. That's her right there. So y'all go show Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen some love. But look who else is here. I was just talking about him when I was talking about the thing earlier. I don't know if you heard me when I was saying it. Pastor Bill Ellis, he was with us last night at Healing Voices, and we were there, and he spit a verse. He wrote a verse, and but then he had to leave out of that, so he didn't get to share it with the class. Everybody else had to share their verses. So I think y'all tell me if y'all agree. I think at next Healing Voices, Pastor Bill got to share his verse. That's what I think. Because the whole class had to share their verses yesterday. He had to leave out. Like, he had a whole song that he did. But man, we had a jam last night, man. We was jamming last night. It was a good time. Yeah, Healing Voices was fun last night. I actually enjoyed it. I needed it. It was like a nice moment of woosah. And everybody was so encouraging. Yeah. He is the pastor of APC Morgan Park. So when we do all that stuff over there, he is gracious enough to let me do all kinds of wild stuff like healing voices. So, some pastors don't be with that, Honest to God, I got to give Pastor Bill some credit here, y'all. I really do got to give him some credit here. Every pastor ain't that way. They be like let you come in the sanctuary with folks that ain't from your church, or folks that just may not be church folks, but they come in and it ain't trying to beat them over the head with the Bible. We just trying to get them healed. We just trying to make sure they all right. We just trying to make sure we'll worry about that other stuff later. Let's just feed them first. Give them a chance to express, safe space. So I gotta give them credit.
Yeah, besides Pastor Ellis, the only other person I remember that was like that was outside of Rich was Pastor Tony. When Alex used to take over his church, and he was like, he didn't say nothing.
Pastor Tony was that way. Yeah, we had all our rehearsals in there and stuff like that, and he always had our back. I won't go into this right now. We'll go into that some other time. But it was other people who kind of made me say, let me stop rehearsing over here now. It was the other folk. It was church people. But when you got pastors who are willing to just be open to community, open to that. Yeah. It's like that's a real thing. That's why y'all see all the plays and other things that be happening there with like Richard Gallia Entertainment. And I know this, and I don't think he'll mind me saying this, but I always say I don't mind saying it. I don't care. He take a lot of hits on doing some of that stuff. He take a lot of hits from religious minds. But guess what? I know the impact that it has outside. So if I could say the 4 instance Friday, Pastor Bill, I'm praying that God gives you a 4 instance, that he'll show that what he can do through somebody like you. I'm praying that over you. And I'm not even just biased. I'm just saying that because I've been out here and y'all all know how it is.
Forget them people.
Yeah, for real, right?
That's how I feel. Forget them. If they're not doing nothing kingdom wise and bring nobody in or reaching the community, who cares what they think?
My point. That's what I'm saying.
If you don't like the direction of the church, go to another church.
Yeah. Are we looking for impact on people? Are we looking for impact? Are we just looking for just to say that we held on to whatever we held on to? Which, you know what I mean? Like, it's selfish at the end of the day. So I will always have the back of any pastor who is open like that. They got my support, my back, and my plug anytime. For real.
And what some of them pastors people don't realize what worked back in 1990 and 2010, it's not going to work now. So you got to do what works. Transition. Right. God is a God of season and time. The same anointing you had in 1990 ain't working on some of the demons you got in 2025. They'll laugh out of it. I mean, you better get up out of here.
I think of it like this. If the Bible says, because you just said something that it just hit me this way. If the Bible says it's the anointing that breaks the yokes, that's what we're going to go with, right? If we're going to hold on to that belief system that the Bible, that the anointing breaks yokes, then, could it be possible that the same yokes that were done in 1995, like you just said, ain't the same yokes that was in 2025, which means maybe you need a different type of anointing to break it up. And so I always, will appreciate anybody who does that. I will always appreciate that. And that's just the real. That's the real. I'm going to say this one real quick, all the way down at the bottom, just because I saw it come in here and I just want to just acknowledge it in case you jump off of here. Lyra! Yo, what's up?
Matter of fact, Lyra.
I miss her.
Lyra was sweet. Lyra, inbox me because I got something for you if you want to sing and be outside of Healing Voices. I got something coming up, and we're gonna need another outro. So
I got a bunch of stuff coming up actually. So Lyra, that's why I wanted to hit this one, y'all. It's a bunch of people that's about to start getting some text messages from me. Yesterday, I had it full in my mind. No, I'm sorry, not yesterday. Wednesday, in my mind to sit down and text like 30 or 40 people, like all from New X and all that, like to text them individually, personally, and be like, hey, this is the stuff I got coming up. This is where I've been at. This is where, this is where my mind is now musically, da-da-da. And then Wednesday just went the way Wednesday went, and it just didn't happen like this.
You know what you got to do, man? Get you a time today and say, mute everything else, and I'm going to sit here and do my thing.
Yeah. So here's the reality. That's literally what I said I was going to do. Then I woke up this morning to 2 issues. I woke up to 1 issue, and then on the music break, I found the second issue. And I'm just like, God, like it's just no respite, But guess what? So there you have it right there. Yeah. So I wanted to at least acknowledge Lyra because I just saw that pop up, and I'm like, yeah. Let's see. Let me work my way back up. Y'all preaching in these things, man. Y'all preaching in these comments, though, y'all. We spent a lot of time on this because I love the words that y'all say. Y'all really drive the show at this point. This is where y'all drive the show. So that's why I say don't be afraid to go ahead in there. I saw this one earlier. I saw these two earlier. Rhonda said that she missed Healing Voices because work worked her yesterday. And I gotta give Rhonda some thanks. Here's another thing I realized I didn't do. I meant to send Rhonda in the group chat. I meant to send Rhonda and Rich a thank you because I jumped off and I only jumped back on at the very end. They had a good conversation that was going, and I didn't really need to get back on, and they just carried the show. And I thought that I sent a thank you. I called myself sending a thank you. I did not. I got to the thing, and I apparently did not do that. So I do owe them a thank you because they did an excellent job yesterday with the show. The conversation just kept carried on, and it was amazing. It was beautiful. I would really encourage everybody to go check that out. But she said she worked yesterday. You know, like after thinking she had a little bit of a break, she ended up working real hard, and it goes like that sometimes, y'all. That's why you got to do like Eric did. Take you a few days of mental health break. Y'all better take them days for real, man. So I appreciate you even getting on when you could have had a little bit of a break. And then I saw this from Brony Cat that was in there. I wanted to at least acknowledge it. She put it out there. She said, I just told my coworker that today is not one of my good days. That's why we do these morning affirmations. That's why I was going when I said we spend so much time here, because you never know who's in here. Y'all see she give the big church lady announcement, but guess what? Today ain't one of her good days. Can I challenge y'all who's willing to do so to go and give her some love and encouragement, just to give her a little bit of encouragement in there? She said she got to report to our accountability group today. This is the pickup on that last comment. She said she's going to be in trouble because she has nothing to report. You know what you got to report? If you ain't got nothing else to report, you can at least report this. You acknowledge that today wasn't a good day. And if you can at least acknowledge that and own that, then you got something you can build on to make it a better day. Or at least if today don't get better, at least we'll come into next week. At least you acknowledged it, and report that to your accountability group because your Lockstar family has your back. And if they got a problem with that, then tell them log on to the show and we'll have their back too. So here's my dog, Westside Willie. Here he is right here. We were talking about being at our parents' houses. EU at your mama's house right now. Will used to come and kick it with me at my mama's house when we were in college. We used to go kick it after church. He said in college, kicking it at Zeke's parents' house after church was the will of God. Yeah, my parents used to lay out a whole big spread. They used to cook food and stuff, which now I'm realizing it as an adult who does a lot more in church. That is not an easy thing to do. A bunch of hungry college kids and you pastor in the church, and then you come home and make sure a spread is laid out, and we got to just watch TV. We would leave after Chappelle's show. We watched Chappelle's show because we couldn't watch it at college. They had Comedy Central blocked. You know, we could. You know, back in the day, you know, they had it was. You know, it wasn't like TV now. You know, we watch through apps and stuff. The college kids can watch whatever they want now. But you know, Chappelle's show was the big thing back when it came on Sunday night. So we stay at my parents' house. We be playing games. Eating like a big spread that my mom and my dad would prepare for us. And then we would watch Chappelle's show. Then we would go back to the college, back to the school. Like, so, man, good memories, man. Good memories. I used to love being able to do that. We had a Suburban, so my mama would give me the truck for the weekend because it would be like 12 of us loaded up in a 7. No, I guess it's more than 7. I guess it is a 7-seater. It'd be like 12 of us loaded up in that. We'd be piled up in there, driving out to the country, going to church, trying to get that food, man, after church. We used to have a good time, man. Those are good memories right there. Let's see here. Let's see here. I want to make sure we got everything. Let's acknowledge this one. Mama said her husband loves the show. So we'll call him Papa. What's up, Papa? If we got Mama, we got to call him Papa. So what's up, Papa? Papa loves the show. And then
that reminds me. Who was that you said you was going to call Daddy before? He said you better not ever come in. You used to call Tiana Mama. Remember? and she said Brian Zeke will call you Daddy. He said Zeke will not call.
Oh, she used to hate it when I called her that. That was it was like you like everybody's mama though. Like you Like you keep everybody together.
Boy, I used to say, this man almost my age. That was fun. I just thought about it.
And then Pastor Bill is giving shout outs to Healing Voices, APC Morgan Park. Y'all see that logo? Anywhere you see that logo, you know that something really cool is going to be happening. You know that something amazing is going on. So take note of that logo. That's where I attend church, y'all, every Sunday morning. If y'all want to check me out musically, you can check me out every other one. And then Lyra says that she does miss you, and she's going to go ahead and give you a what did she say? She's gonna give you an inbox. There you go, right there. Sorry, I'm trying to read like two things at once. Will says good morning. He forgot to say good morning, so there you go, right there. He said good morning. Now he got to talking about the food at my parents' house. Like I forgot about saying good morning. I get it. It's okay. And then Brony Cat says you and that doggone picture. They love your picture. There you go. They love your picture. They love it. They love it. I got one more day to throw in there. Marcus just came with it. Still Seen Friday. We'll go ahead and do that. I love the explanation behind it. New day, Foreseen Friday. God foreseen your worth before you ever saw your value. You're better than you think. You got this. I like that. You are better than you think. You got this. All is well. All is well. And here goes my plug-in for APC Morgan Park. On the 14th of this is, we start at 12:30 on Sunday. So for everybody who is a clubber, y'all know who you are. Y'all be clubbing on Saturday night. Don't worry, I used to be one of y'all. It's all good. I'm too old to do that now. I'd be having to go to bed. But I wish we had later starting church services back in the day. Because when I was out all night long, we had to be up early and be back at church. So yep. And then look at this. I'm going to say this one right here just to give you one. Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen, this is to you, Brony Cat. Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen is saying, be encouraged, Brony Cat. Praying for you. Thank you for the daily encouragement we receive from you. It's not unnoticed. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? That's what this is all about. That's what it's all about. I think it's time for a music break, y'all. That's what it's all about, man. It's all about the encouragement. That's why we do that. That's why we take that spread of time right there to do that every day, because you never know who needs to hear that. So we thank y'all for doing that. I feel like hearing myself sing. Is that all right, y'all? Is it okay if I play my own self singing a song? We'll do Your Kingdom. I just feel like hearing that. I don't know why. I just feel like hearing that. Maybe I'll give you a little descriptor though. We're talking about encouragement, and when we come back, we're gonna land this week out. We're gonna round it out with being devoted. What are you devoted to? And I would at least suggest this, that only what you do for Christ will last. Y'all know my faith and where my faith tradition lies. Y'all know where that stands, and so I make no shame about that. But only what you do for Christ will last. So building up the kingdom. So be devoted not only to yourself, but make sure yourself is devoted to God, and then be devoted to yourself. So it's all about building up the kingdom of God. And so let's do that real quick. Shout out to Miss Tara Jones, who is here saying good morning. And she also makes sure that Eric's name is Aaron on today. So there you have it. Oh, a new day. Funky Friday. Oh! If I play James Brown, they're going to shut us down, though. So. All right, y'all. We're going to be right back. And when we get back, like I said, we are going to dive a little bit more into this topic. So y'all do me a favor. Make sure y'all tell somebody a good word today. Give somebody a good word today, all right? We'll be right back. Here we are. Zeke Locke'd, The New Experience, Your Kingdom.
Can y'all repeat after what we say? Say, righteousness that I can't ignore, peace beyond what I understand, give me joy that I can't explain, in your spirit, in your hands. Let's say, righteousness that I can't ignore. Say, peace beyond what I understand. It's in your spirit, in your hand. Say with us, say, your kingdom. Say, your glory. It's your love, not my own. And all power is given to Jesus. He alone. Let's go. Righteousness that I can't ignore. Other way, peace beyond what I understand. Give me joy that I can't explain. In your spirit, in your hand. Say, your kingdom, oh God, your glory. It's yours, not my own. 'Cause all of the power is given to Jesus. He alone. You conquer the grave. You conquer the grave. Do you believe it? And all power is given to Jesus. He alone. Come on, someone say, your kingdom, oh God, your glory. It's yours, not my own. 'Cause all power is given to Jesus. He alone. Come on, say, you conquer the grave. Oh God, you conquer. You believe it? You conquer the grave. With all power is given. Has been given to Jesus. Let's shout it out. He alone. You conquer the grave. Hey, God, you conquer the grave. Say it again. You conquer the grave. Oh, God, you conquer the grave. How do you do it? With all power. All power. All of the power. All of the power. All the power has been given in your hand. Give it to Jesus. He alone. And I know, no. Worship you today, God. And I know. Go, where you are, lift your hands up. Your kingdom, your glory, it's yours, not my own. Thank you, Jesus. Your power is given to my Jesus. He alone. If you believe it, say, I know, and I know, no. Say, hallelujah. Oh yeah. I said, Lord, your kingdom come in the earth today. I don't care who goes into the White House, no. Because your kingdom is still your kingdom. I don't care what the government may have to say. Because it's your kingdom. It's your kingdom. Your kingdom. Your
Come on.
kingdom. Your kingdom. Your kingdom. Yeah.
Woo. Y'all, I felt that today. I just had to. I needed that this morning, y'all. I needed that. Some news I just got, and I'm not gonna.
Your kingdom.
Yeah.
Your glory is yours, God.
I I needed this one. I'm ministering to myself.
And all power is given to Jesus, your Lord.
I'm remembering this night right now. I'm remembering this night. I'll tell you later, Eric, what's going on. But I'm not gonna say it online what's happening. But I'm remembering this night. I'm remembering this night and what this night was. Yeah. You muted. Yeah. You on mute on the actual. Oh, yeah, there you go. And you muted that. You just muted yourself when you pressed the button, though.
Man, I can't wait. That was a fun night. I remember that whole night.
It was a fun night, but by the time the night ended, because it ended on My God Is Good. We just had a jam session. We just partied out, but it was after we couldn't even like really put the My God Is Good video out, and that's the one that they wanted to hear, and we couldn't put that out because we had wrecked ourselves after doing that song. That song went, and y'all think I'm lying. What y'all just heard, that's 7 minutes worth of song right there, which is too long for a radio song. That 7 minutes worth of song is probably a quarter of the amount of time we spent on that song. That broke out into like a whole prayer and a prayer session, and it was one of them. It was one of the nights, and I'm remembering that night with everything that's going on right now in my family. I remember that night, and I'm welling up in tears almost just hearing that song right now. I just need to hear that.
That was crazy that night.
That was crazy that night, man.
Yeah. It was really good. And you know what? Zeke, the more I think about it, every time between that song and They're All Alone,
yeah,
I think maybe one of them should be put out.
Oh no, I'm in September. So September 26th. I told people mark it on their calendar. I've already decided, and I told a few people those two songs I'm recording that night, September 26th. Those two songs specifically, They're All Alone and Your Kingdom, are getting recorded live again on September 26th. We're doing them at the show, but I'm going to record them. I think it's just time now. It's time now for those, definitely for They're All Alone. That one is just
great.
Yeah. I already told some people. So anybody that's from the New X world, anybody that's from New X, text everybody that you know and tell them I said. You can even clip this part out right here so they hear it coming from me. Because Eric already reached out to a bunch of folks, but some people was like, y'all, I want to hear it from Zeke. I want to know that Zeke is really getting back up. Coming from me, I'm saying it right here on here in case y'all need to clip and share it, people. Hit me up. I'm recording those two songs. People wanted those ones, and then we gonna do those ones. Man, listen. I just messed my own self up, bro. I just messed myself up with that song. Look at all the comments right here. I can't even scroll through all of these, but there's a few people I missed in here. Shout out to Pastor Jeremy Sanders. Shout out to Relentless. Thank y'all for all the compliments on the song. I do appreciate that. Shout out to whoever this picture is that Eric got going on. Here's another day we got. Get my tambourine on Friday. Send this to somebody you really want to fight, but you're extending grace. Dre been on a grace kick this week, and I love that, man. Shout out to Broken Vessel Music, aka Merv Hammond. Shout out to my cousin JC, the great producer JC, who is also my cousin. And shout out to Pastor Bill. He said, that's one of his favorite songs, Your Kingdom, saying that's gonna be a future standard. Yeah. Jonathan said he been waiting. Stop teasing y'all. There ain't no more teasing. Again, I told y'all we holding each other accountable, and I think I've been really vulnerable around here, just telling y'all like stuff that I've dealt with, that I've gone over in the past couple of years, and just now we're holding each other accountable, right? When we say we're holding each other accountable, and that's just a good segue into what I kind of want to hit for the day. What are we devoted to, y'all? What are we actually devoted to? And this is how I want to round this Friday out, round this week out, not just this Friday, but this is how I want to round this week out. What are we devoted to? Like, are you devoted to self? So yesterday we had this conference for my job, We had this conference for my job that I had to be out. And we had this, her name is Dr. Donna Coltrane Battles. Shout out to her, powerhouse woman of God. Like her name, Dr. Donna Coltrane Battles. And she gave us the difference between discipline and devotion. And the we was already gonna kind of talk about this, like rounding it out this week. And when I heard that language, I said, "Oh my God!" Like it hit me so hard. The idea of discipline is that you like really kind of like pull yourself. If I could just really super over the top paraphrase this, it's being when you like you like get yourself into a set thing. Matter of fact, let me just pull it up on my phone. I should have had that because I took a screenshot of the screen that said it. Hold on, wait a minute, because I want to make sure I'm saying it right to y'all. I want to make sure I'm getting it right. Where's it at? This right here. The practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. That's discipline, right? And in many circles, you need times in life where you need to be disciplined. You got to do that kind of thing. But what happens when you flip dealing with yourself in the discipline? She said this is why I understood why I couldn't get my, and I'm using her stuff. So this is not my stuff. I'm using somebody else's stuff. So I want to give credit where credit is due, give honor where honor is due. But how often have we failed at things in our own lives because we tried to discipline ourselves? So we tried to, whether that be we punished ourselves or whether that be we tried to, we discipline ourselves. We try to discipline ourselves, right? And we think of self-discipline and all that kind of stuff. And I get it. But what happens when you flip your language from discipline to devotion? And this is the definition that she gave for devotion: love, loyalty, or enthusiasm for a person, activity, or cause. What happens when you flip what you're doing away from just trying to be disciplined and you make yourself devoted? What is yourself? Do you love yourself enough to be devoted to yourself? Do you love whatever you're standing for? Yeah. Do you love what you're standing for enough to be devoted to it? Do you love whatever call you have on your life, whatever thing, to be devoted to it? Because the discipline will just happen. It'll just happen. Because when you're devoted to something, you want to see it through. You want to see it happen. You believe in it. You want to make it work. Even when everybody else is saying negative things about it and going, you'll go against the grain just because you believe in it. If I could be a little vulnerable here, I don't know if this is vulnerable in as much as it's just Eric don't like taking credit for stuff. But Eric has always had a little bit of Eric, you can correct me if I'm wrong, a bit of a devotion to anything I ever tried to do. Like every time I'm trying to do something, Eric will be the first one plugging it, pushing it, calling people, doing stuff like that. Like even when other people were What talk about it? I said this yesterday, Eric, and you'll remember this story. You can confirm this story with me. Jamaica was helping me out with this, but you remember the first concert we did back in the day when it was LXW, when I was LXW's director, and we did that first concert at New Beginnings. And I came up with that wild outfit idea. Like the
Timberlands and the
jackets and the Timberlands and the leggings. I was like, no, I want to have leggings and I want black leggings and purple tutu or pink or whatever, burgundy tutus. Like I want the guys to have, and everybody was like, that's gonna be wild. That's gonna be, I don't know. And we did it anyways, right? We did it anyways. And then what ended up happening, like everybody else, I said everybody else started doing the same thing. Some of the very people who had something to say, we look up 2 months later and they not just wearing the same outfit, they wearing the same color scheme. It was like weren't you talking about us about this? Weren't you talking?
Some of the people wore that whole outfit, every piece, even the leather jackets.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it was leather jackets. Yeah. Like people talk about you and all that, but the devotion that people had to, even when people are talking about you and saying negative stuff, the devotion to see it through all the way through. What happens when we carry that same kind of devotion to ourselves, to our own mission, our own ministry, our own calling, our own goals, our own dreams, our own vision? What happens when you put that kind of devotion? I asked this question: what are you devoted to? If devotion is love, loyalty, or enthusiasm for a person, activity, or a cause, who are you? Do you really know who you are? And are you willing to be devoted to that, even above devotion to everybody else? And oftentimes, I know for parents, they'll devote themselves like to their kids or to something else before they even devote themselves to themselves. But at what point do you recognize who you are and remain devoted to that? And so, it's not about me being devoted to my kids because it's my kid. It's about me being devoted to my kids because they're a part of me. You know what I mean? And I'm devoted to what I got going on. I want this child, so I'm gonna see it through. I'm gonna see him through. When will you have a love or a loyalty or enthusiasm for whatever activity you got going on, or whatever cause you're standing for. And if we're not careful, we'll pour all of our resource. And when I say resources, I don't mean just money. I do mean money. I do mean your wallet, but I'm talking about your time, your energy, your stress levels, because life is going to stress you out. Something going to stress you out at some point. That's why we got to take these mental breaks. Life be life, and that's just the way it is. But how much of a stress that we have, how much of that stress have we given to other people's causes, other people's things, other people's stuff, so much to the effect that it has now made us neglect our own selves. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So now we find ourselves now trying to be disciplined, subjecting ourselves to other people's causes, other people's things. And I'm not saying don't log in with other people. I'm not saying don't lock in with them. Don't help other people. Don't be committed to other. I'm not saying don't do that, but I'm saying, do you know the line that you can draw in the sand when you start losing yourself and devotion to yourself because you've given it completely over to other people's stuff, other people's things. And so other people done stressed you out so much that now you can't even get up and move. Other people done took all your resources and your money, so now you can't even afford to do what you got to do. Other people done took all your attention, Go ahead, E.
Let's look at it like this. Church can do that, right?
Absolutely.
You can be so dedicated to ministry and being there for the church, and your family's neglected, which is your first ministry, right? Especially when you're married. A regular 9-to-5 job. People. We all know people get up their job, work 30 minutes early, they stay an hour something after, and when you die, they go your position to be on Indeed the next morning.
I used to be in HR, and I'm telling you right now,
how that goes.
By the next day, because they got the company has to go on. You know what I mean? Like they. So
I just did that myself. I lost one of my Miss Lily. I can say her name. She was sweet. We were just together a week before last, and I was teasing because it was this man at Home Depot who kept walking by her, and she was from Chicago. She was down at her little short haircut. She was an old lady. She was pretty. She was doing her thing. And this guy who worked at Home Depot kept walking by singing Barry White songs to her the whole day. He see her, that, and every song was the same key because we was laughing because his voice was deep like he was singing Old Man River. So, dude, voice was deep, but every song he did, I don't care if it was Sam Cooke, The Temptations, it was the same key, same everything. So that was on Thursday. Saturday morning, I get a call that she died. And it was like, huh? I'm like, wait, what happened? She had some stuff with her heart, was fine. Went home, fell, something happened, went to the hospice, died that night. And she had just told me, I think I need to transfer my daughter. I'm like, well, I'll go ahead and get the paperwork and all that. But I said that to say, the sad part in my role, dealing with hiring stuff, it was like, oh man, we just lost Miss Lily. And everybody was sad, for a day or two. They're like, we need to fill that position. That's just what it was.
Yeah.
And so we can spend so much time investing in other people, situations, even in no disrespect to our churches, even our churches, that you neglect who you are. Now, life has went this way. You 60-something years old looking like, wait a minute, I didn't do nothing I want to do. I spent my whole life, even for your children, for your family, being there for everybody else. And then here you go. And you can't find nobody to do the same, sacrifice the same way you sacrifice them for you. And now you're left out in the cold like, this dream I can't do at this point. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. You got to stop. We got to stop. All of us have to do it. Because when I'm dedicated to stuff, I dedicate to it. But I still make time for me in there.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. But in some ways, I haven't made a lot of time for me in certain ways.
Yeah.
And I'm working on something as we speak now. But it's easy to do that. Why? It can be love for the people. It can be for love for that passion, that industry. It can be for this is something you love to do. But even loving to do it, you still gotta love yourself even more.
Yeah. Bible says, what is the Pastor Bill just preached this on Sunday, right? You look at scripture and the man comes up and says, what's the key to basically, if I just paraphrase it all, what's the key to eternal life? What's the key to whatever that passage says? But Jesus answers it with a passage that we find, I want to say in Deuteronomy, but it says that you love. It actually has a name in my brain. I should have been prepared. My brain is escaping me. There's a name for this prayer in the Jewish world, in the Hebrew world. If anybody knows what it is, you'll know it when I say it. But it's that you love the Lord your God with all your heart, your mind, your soul, and your strength.
That's the great command, right?
It's the what?
I forgot what they call that.
It's got an actual name. It's called something like
Is it the Shema of God?
The what?
Is it the Shema of God?
Is it the Shema? That's
something like that. Where
Yeah.
that's you shall love Lord all your heart, your mind. You know that whole thing.
GPT that mug. Let me chat GPT it. Somebody, what are y'all Bible scholars? I know it has a name. I know that much. Like, what is it? What is it in Hebrew when it is love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength? What is that? What is that prayer called in Hebrew? You might be right, E. Let's see. Yeah. But then he says right behind there, though, Jesus comes back and he says, you love the Lord your God. It is the Shema. You're right. Yep. Go ahead, eat a Bible scholar. Come on. Like,
I know that. I know that.
Yeah, and it is Deuteronomy. So I was right about that at least. Deuteronomy 6, 4, and 5. In Hebrew, it says, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. So Jesus answers it with that. And then he comes back and he says, and that you love your neighbor. And then here's the part that we oftentimes gloss over. And I love that more people are saying it, but it's the part that says you love your neighbor as yourself. So like you said, loving yourself is like so important to that whole equation, because how do you love people for real if you haven't even figured out how to love yourself? I'm gonna say one more thing that Dr. Battles gave us yesterday. One more thing was so good I had to write it down. She said we reproduce who we are. Like, and when she said that, man, like you can't, apple tree can't reproduce an orange, watermelon plant can't reproduce cantaloupes, strawberry plants can't reproduce, a lion can't reproduce a hyena, a deer can't reproduce a hippopotamus. You reproduce who you are. And so if you ain't really comfortable in who you are, if you don't really know who you are and what you stand for, if you're not devoted enough to yourself to really lock in with that and say, hey, I am, I like, for instance, little stuff like this. I mean, it don't even have to be just about goals and stuff, just little stuff about knowing who you are. Like, hey, I am first and foremost made in the image of God, fearfully and wonderfully made, right there in the image of God. So what do I think about God? That's why grounding is so important. Well, I think God is amazing. I think God is wonderful. I think God is, well, you can't reproduce anything other than who you are. And so if you're in the image of God, then what did God just reproduce within you? If I can use that terminology without somebody like trying to make me, a sacrilegious heretic. And what did God reproduce? If you said God is amazing and you made in his image, then what does that make you? Awful? Like, no, it makes you amazing. If you say God is wonderful and you're made in his image, what does that make you? Wonderful. So if that's the case, then, and you start like really seeing that about yourself and you say, hey, I'm amazing, I'm wonderful, then you'll reproduce that in the world. So if you see yourself, that's why I say it's important then to be devoted to not only just what you're doing and all that, but first and foremost with who you are. Like Eric just said, love yourself. Like, love yourself.
I see Jeremy.
Amazing. I heard that word in forever. Amazing. You got to be a millennial to understand that reference. You're amazing. Like, you are amazing. And so with all of that amazing stuff, like, now you got these goals, you got these things that God done put inside of you. He gives you the desire of your heart. Now you can go ahead and be you can be devoted to that, knowing that everything that you're doing with that is going to outlive you. It's going to outlast you. It's going to be, you know what I'm saying? It's going to live beyond you. Only what you do for Christ will last. I said that earlier. Only what you do for Christ will last. So if you anchor yourself in that, anchor yourself in God, with all the amazing things you think about God, and you start to see that in yourself, you'll reproduce that in other people. So you'll reproduce love. You're like, if you're not a loving person, then you're going to reproduce hate. So how do you love your neighbor as yourself if you think yourself is whack? If you're looking in the mirror calling yourself bad and this, that, and the other, you're going to see that maybe in other people. You're going to start to reproduce that in the earth. And so for a lot of folks, it's not that they're evil and just do. For some people, they just don't recognize who they really are. And they don't, so it's hard to be devoted to something that you don't see as good. You're gonna try to discipline it. You're gonna beat yourself up.
How about this? It's hard to be devoted to something you don't really believe yourself. So
yeah.
You don't really believe you're great.
Yeah.
You really don't believe you're special.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
How do you be devoted to that? That
Yeah.
means, you don't love yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And it's gonna
how
be
can you
impossible to love
have the
somebody
fruit
else.
of love? Yeah. How can you say, and then this is another question that when you encourage others in the area that you don't believe, does that make you a hypocrite? Does that make you? Is that how you encourage yourself? I mean, there's different ways to look at that. Like if I don't believe in
Yeah.
myself, but I
Yeah.
say, Zeke, I believe in you, bro, and I may mean that for you,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I don't believe it in myself. Is
Mm-hmm.
it? I'm speaking into you out of a well with nothing to give to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't even have that in me to give, but I'm
Yeah.
giving it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I
Yeah.
emptied out something I don't even have, and now
Mm-hmm.
I'm depleted. And it's like like your reserve gas tank. Once the reserve gas tank is out, you're done.
Yeah.
And then people say you're running off fumes, but I'm running off fumes. Now I done gave everything I got to all these people around me, and I don't believe none of it. That's why I think think about it. You see that with a lot of pastors who up and speaking this over people, and at home they're in depression. Every Sunday they're encouraging thousands of people. That's crazy. Yeah, you know what I mean. And you don't even believe it, and you don't believe
While we on stages all over the country and me all over the world, like stages, like
right.
encouraging folks and people leaning on me, and I'm giving encouraging words and all that. I'm going home looking in the mirror, trying to figure out why I'm a failure, and I'm seeing myself as a failure, and I'm seeing myself as not as good as I could be, and I'm saying, and again, you just start doing that over and over again. You start talking to yourself that way, and here's the thing: it don't matter how much you say you support somebody and all that. And you may really do that. But if you keep looking at yourself long enough thinking that you know good, you're going to start hating on everybody else at some point. You're going to start hating on others because you only going to see the negative and start
it don't
seeing.
matter how much good stuff you hear about yourself. If you don't believe it, it's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant.
The whole world around you can see you as amazing, but you see yourself as a failure. That means zero. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care how many people pat you on the back. Man, you're doing this. And even, let's be honest, even as you know, it can happen to you, even if you come from people that you admire in the musical world, in the business world, that are up here according to the world's eyes. Don Lawrence is a choir master. And Donald to say, I see this in you. And you're like, yeah, I hear you. Or Kirk Franklin said, this, that, another, man, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, man, thanks. And for that moment, but think about it, for that moment, you believe it. But the minute you're by yourself, now it's like, am I really that good? I messed this up on the stage. I did this. And I just think that's something that we all deal with in certain ways. And we all have to go to God for. Is one thing to, I said this the other day. Certain things we just got to honestly, of course, work on yourself. I'm not saying don't do your part, but that's when you really got to go to God for help. And with that, man, this is the thing of, look, I need to break away from everybody. Hey, man, I'll tell my friends this sort of party in until I'm broken and until I'm back right. I need to take a minute. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's why we see so many pastors dying. That's how come we see the other week, within a month, I think it was, I looked at this online. Did you see how many, CEOs, old men died or people died within a month of major organizations? It was like 6 or 7 of them died back to back. Like,
oh, wow, no.
This day, this one. And I'm like, what the heck? And people look at them as they're rich, they're rich, powerful men. But think about this. Robin Williams was one of the funniest comedians of all time, people say. And didn't believe in himself.
He struggled with it to the effect that he took his own self out. And that's a real thing. That's a real thing. It's a real thing. If I could be vulnerable, like I'll give an example. I'll give a vulnerable example. All these comments, right? And this is encouraging. Don't get me wrong. All these comments, if I can find them now. Here they go, right here. Look at this. All these compliments. I was playing Your Kingdom. All these compliments are going across the stage, right? Zeke with the fire emojis from Tara Jones. Love this song with a whole bunch of hearts. Dre with the yerb. Let's see here. Jerry Sanders. Zeke, this song is fire with extended fire stuff. Jerry telling me, oh, that's what I was looking for. Low key, my favorite Zeke Lock song. Look at this right here. You Alone, Jesus. Pastor Bill, your own pastor telling you one of his favorite songs. All of that. And I'm hearing all of that. You know what's going in my head still, even in that moment? Dang, I wish I would have turned the bass up a little bit more. I wish I would have did this, that. I messed this up. Like all the good feelings of that night. And I'm still criticizing the recording of the song itself. Still like,
you know what? But that's partially now with that, you can even split that a little bit. Part of that could just be the musician side of you. But then the other side can be that other thing that's not good enough. So when you got that music, and especially for creatives, that's one of the worst. An average person can deal with it, and they got this part. They're not, but creatives, that's attacking your gift, what you believe in, and then you don't believe in yourself. Man, you know, something Fred said once before. He said, man, he do his music, and like, man, everybody like, man, that song is amazing. Like his song, My Father Was. He said, people like, man, that song did something for me. My Father Is, or whatever it was. And he was like, no, I give you one better. What's the song? Every step of the righteous man is ordered by God. Order, that song.
Order, yeah.
He said, I couldn't sing it. Yeah, he said, I didn't believe that song. I couldn't sing it till now because it didn't have meaning to me. And think about that. That song was written over 30 years ago. And just now, he says, I can sing this. Because it didn't have meaning for me, and I didn't believe everything. You know, it didn't. And that's crazy, you know, but you've seen people, you know, but that's the creative side and the human side. Then you got the spiritual side. So you got three things you're trying to balance: my spiritual man, my talent, and my faculties, my thinking, my mind. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But if you believe in the center person, which is yourself, all of that fails.
Yeah, I would encourage people to think about it like this, like what you just said, E. There's that side of it where it's like, you know, it's the artist side and all that. Because the artist is always trying to up their game. They're always trying to improve. We're always trying to improve. So yeah, you got to be critical of stuff within yourself so you can look at stuff. And we acknowledge that. You got to look at your stuff and be like, okay, you know, I could have did this better. I could have did that better. That's fine. But then the thing is, if you dwell on that too long, you then take it on and it becomes, you know, and now you're beating yourself because it's like, I could have did better, but I didn't. I could have, but I did. And you start beating your own self up. We had another person that was there at the thing yesterday, Dr. David Rivers, and he said, you know, that same grace that you extend to everybody else. And he was talking specifically to those of us who work in the work that we do. He said, you know, that same grace, somebody could have just came in and shot up a whole house. And you find grace for that person. Oh, grandma, just give him one more chance. You find grace for the worst of the worst of the worst. And then you drop the ball and you beat yourself up and be ready to take yourself. Can't even extend your own self the grace. I like what Dre put on here earlier. If I can find it. Well, I can't find it. I ain't gonna look for it. Oh, here it is right here. Boom, right when I said I ain't gonna look for it, it popped up. See the Lord? He said, like, it's Let's Fight Friday. Send this to somebody you really want to fight, but you're extending grace. How many times we want to fight ourselves? But are you willing to extend your own self some grace, not be so hyper self-critical that you know, yeah, if you're going to reach a goal, if you're going to reach that, and like I said, all the encouragement is wonderful, but if you're going to actually get up at some point, you got to look at yourself with enough grace to be able to say, hey, I'm worth it. Hey, I'm good. During the morning show, during the pre-show, not the morning show, but the pre-show, y'all know every week we do a different pre-show, and I find an encouraging clip, and it plays every day. So for 5 days, y'all got a chance to hear Jason Alexander. If you don't know who that is, he's what was his name on Seinfeld?
Oh, you talking about
the best friend on Seinfeld, the co-star Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. It was Kramer. It was Elaine. It was
what was his name?
Jerry, Elaine.
Why can't I think he's the main character? And I can't think
he's hilarious.
He's the second main character, yeah. Anyway, Jason Alexander was doing like a thing. It was a clip that I found. He was talking to a group of, I'm assuming it's like other actors and stuff, and he was like doing a thing. And he said, you don't yell at a flower. I mean, you don't yell at a bud for not being a flower. you give it time. So he was saying, you know, you can get up.
George Costanza.
George Costanza. Why can't I think of that? Yeah, he was George Costanza on there. There you go.
Hilarious.
Very hilarious. He was the show. Like, you know, but you know, like he says, you know, give yourself enough grace. And I would encourage y'all, like, if you get a time and you haven't seen the pre-show, I would encourage you just to go back on this show. You don't have to listen to the whole show, but just catch it like in the first 10 minutes of the show. It's somewhere in the first 10 minutes of the show. That clip will come on where he's talking about it. And he's basically saying, you know, you may not, that thing that you beating yourself up about right now because you don't have it right now, just, you know, just hold on and be like, you know, wait a minute, I may not have it right now, but 2 months from now, I might have this. So the same me that is beating myself up right now, will I beat myself up in 2 months when I actually got it? But you'll never get to the point where you actually got it if you beat yourself up and knock yourself out for you don't want to fight your own self today. You never get to the point where you actually end up getting it. Just make another choice tomorrow. Just okay, you know what? I don't got it today, but
change something. You know, I used to say that, man, I shoulda, coulda, woulda was my thing, but now I think instead of saying that, I say I did it. I did. I don't say shoulda, coulda. I said I did it. You know, well, you failed in this, but I tried. You got to turn it around. I tried.
Yeah.
But I know how to get there now. So when I get up tomorrow, I see my mistake from today. So tomorrow I'm gonna do what I didn't do yesterday, and I'm gonna do it. You got to just change your mind. You know, your way of thinking, man. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Rich, wait, he didn't fall asleep, did he? His head bent over. Rich, you with us? Okay, he with us. Okay, good.
No, I told him let me know when he was ready to come on. That's dang.
I just look. He's been so still. Like that.
No. You know, Rich be working on multiple things in the morning time, so I wait to bring him to.
No, he was just so still. While I'm sitting there, like, man, this dude has been dead still for that. Wow, that was some skill. But man, you got to encourage. You got to encourage yourselves, and the best way to encourage yourselves is spend time with God and ask Him to show you yourself and help you see yourself through His eyes. Thompson Community Choir had one of the best songs. If I saw myself through God's eyes, what would I see? That's a beautiful song, but it says, if I looked at myself through God's eyes, would I see someone who is faithful and true? And it's a beautiful song, but it's saying, if you looked at yourself through God's eyes, what would you see? Carlos Moody wrote the song, and that song is crazy. But you got to encourage yourself. I do it all the time.
Yeah, there's a song on the album that I'm working on right now. We holding each other accountable. I told you I was coming out of August with it. And one of the lyrics on the song Fly. Matter of fact, I'm going to just start playing the track before I bring Rich up. I'm going to start playing it because the first line in the song Fly, this song right, this one, the first line on it is right at the same vein of what you were saying with Thompson Community Choir. The first line is, write my vision in the sky. Life looks different through your eye. Because you're high and lifted up. So if we're raised with Christ, then you got to finish the story all the way out, Paul. Like if it's like if you died with Christ, you was buried with Christ, now you raised with Christ, then the story didn't end right there. You also ascend with Christ. So now you're seated in heavenly places with the Father. Like, so what you doing dragging yourself? And I'm looking at myself in the mirror while I say this. Like y'all know me, not the hair club president, hair club member as well. Like, what am I doing dragging myself when I'm seated in heavenly places with Christ? What am I doing that? Lift yourself up. Lift up your head, all ye gates. Be lifted. Sound like my granddaddy. Let's do this real quick. Me and Eric been preaching long enough. Let's bring a real preacher on the stage. The bishop in the Lord's church. Y'all welcome real quick to the stage. My dog, my friend, my homie, and amazing pastor, the one and only Rich Holmes. Rich Holmes, what up, Doc? What up,
what's going on? What's happening? Lock stars, have y'all been locked in? Yeah.
Man, locked in, bro. Locked in, man. We got locked in today, trying to make sure that the people know that just rounding this week out, saying, adjust your devotion. Adjust your look at this picture, Eric. I don't know what this picture is he got.
Eric, what do you be having going on, bro?
I know he's doing that to mess with a Bronya. I know he's doing that because he was like, Eric in this doggone picture, and he go and change it to that something worse.
It's something else.
Yeah, that dude is on social media all the time. But no, man.
Wow.
So, Rich,
wow.
what do you think, man? as far as what to encourage people when you don't believe what you're saying about yourself? How does Rich Holmes overcome the moments when you know what you want to do, you say it, but in the back of your head, can I really do? You know, that doubt is there, or that self-confidence in doing it. And when you don't have Shantae in your ear saying, baby, you can do it, and you're not looking at your son's face like, you got it. What do you do when you have the moments of doubt?
Yeah, I'm old school. I look at myself in the mirror. I still go to the word of God. I confess over my life consistently, and I keep going. I don't ignore the fact like a lot of people I know do, but I just say that it might be there. I just don't let it overcome me. So I cannot let it overtake my thought process. So even if it tries to creep up in a little minute thing, something rises up to overcome that. So for me, it's talking. So your mind can think about so many different things, but when you start talking, you kind of forget what your mind was thinking. At least that's kind of how it works for me. So if I'm thinking about something bad but I'm talking about something good, it's challenging for me to kind of keep that going at the same time. My mind now shifts to what I'm confessing, what I'm talking. So I continue to just say until I see. So it's not that it's not there. Okay, I recognize it's there. But now that I recognize it, God has given me tool and power to overcome it. So instead of leaning into the negative of the thing or whatever, I now shoot towards the positive, and I lean to looking towards that. So yeah, that's me. I'm old school like that.
I like that. I like that. That's a good practical thing for people. So there's a practice that people can put in that Rich just gave. He said you can just speak to yourself, and he said you can go as far as even looking in the mirror. And I know that hits home for me because I tell you all the time when I was at my worst, I was looking in the mirror, speaking what I felt. I was speaking to myself what I felt, and sometimes what you feel ain't necessarily what's true. But as long as you're speaking it to yourself, you're gonna believe it's true, no matter though everybody else around you is like, oh my God, you know. And this is like I said, I don't mind being vulnerable. I can't speak for nobody else. I can only speak for me. Everybody else around me, Zeke, you great, you amazing, this is great. Like Rich always said, you the next Lenny Brewski. You just And it don't matter how many different times people say that, I don't feel it in my own self. And so I look in the mirror and I will immediately counter everything that everybody just said. I mean, you know, and you know, sometimes it's just life was piling up. So for me, I like to speak into yourself. I'm gonna give you another practical thing that worked for me. Taking some weight off of you. Like sometimes you just so bogged down. Shout out to Dr. Battles, man, for this, because I said this before and she brought this up yesterday, and me and Marvin looked at each other. We was like, you just said this. The idea of the Sabbath, right? Everybody says they keep all 10 commandments, and yet nobody in our culture, for real, is taking a day where they just do nothing and just rest. Like, how many people, and she asked this question, she said, how many times have you been like, oh, I'm so rested that I was so rested I had to cuss him out. I was so rested that I had a bad day. I was so rested that I like it was so like God believed in that thing so much that he even modeled it. Even though God don't need rest, he created a 7th day and modeled what it was to do nothing on that day. You know, when it says God rested, it means he stopped his work, but there was a whole day where there was no work happening. And that's what the whole point of the Sabbath was. And then the 10 commandments come, remember my Sabbath, keep it holy. And yet, what do we do? Keep it separate, right? That's what holiness means, right? We want to maybe remember my Sabbath and go to church. No, remember my Sabbath and keep it holy. Remember my Sabbath and just rest. Your brain needs it, your body. So the thing that worked for me was just taking a season and a moment where I just had to stop and just shut everything off and just let the brain process. But as long as I was piling things on top of me and doing more, eventually something came and it was the straw that broke the camel's back. And then next thing you know, I'm balled up in this very room that I'm sitting in right now, in the middle of the floor, balled up in the, like, I'm embarrassed even thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like balled up in the fetal position. Like, I don't want to be here no more. Like, you know, like, and that just was all downhill from there. But what happens when I just stopped and rested, you know?
Yeah. How do you recharge? What happens after you get that full energy? Right. Have you ever went to sleep to say, hey, I got that good energy so I can cuss them out in the morning? I went to bed early just so I can wake up and be ready and rested to tell them something, a piece of my mind. No, that usually don't happen. It usually don't.
Unless you Kevin Hart. I laid my outfit out. I was ready. I was going to the school. My mama said to tell you
to sit to shut yo. Yeah, that was a crazy one. Shout out to K Hart.
Practicing in the mirror.
Gotta get my good voice ready. Yeah. Say it with my chest. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Nah,
But you
that's
know,
real.
so real though. I mean, just honestly, so real. You know, and for somebody else, it might be different things. You know, those are just two different things that you can employ to help you get to those moments where you get to yourself. Like Rich said, speaking, like I said, getting some rest. I mean, somebody probably got some other stuff. Like here's one: scientists and doctors would tell you eat better. Like sometimes eating stuff that got you up having nightmares and thinking that, and your brain is all foggy and clogged up. Will say this. I did that acting class with Richard Gallion that I was talking about back in March, and back in March, April, and you know, he was saying like for actors, like, you know, they're eating healthy not just because it makes them look good and all that. He says, but when you on set and when you're doing all that, you throwing out so much energy and so much that you got the ability to get tired, but plus your brain get all foggy and stuff. You got to memorize lines. You got to memorize what blocking. You got to memorize, and if you got a foggy brain, you're going to struggle. So actors eat healthy. So some of it could be just get a better diet. I mean, there's so many different things you can employ to get yourself, you know, to get yourself to a better position, a better place. But what kind of devotion do you have to yourself? Are you devoted enough to yourself? Not are you just disciplining yourself, but are you devoted enough to yourself to actually want to see it through?
Sure. Yeah, I love that. Here's another perspective I heard, man. I was talking to an older man by the name of Melvin. Anybody with the name of Melvin, you know he's a smooth brother. Okay, go down like velvet. Can I get a witness? My man, brother Melvin. We was talking. He talked to me about the fear of resting.
Ooh.
And I said, the fear of resting. What are you talking about? And the concept comes from, I don't want to really deal with my mess. I don't want to really deal with whatever it is that I'm going through. So I'll rather work. Stay busy.
Work. Yeah.
To let my mind go ahead and do all these other things that it can do. And so he's known people, and I don't know, we probably figure out some people that don't deal with like tragic moments that happen. And the way they deal with it is instead of resting, instead of sitting down, they just overwork, work. I'll be like, bro, sis, you working a lot. And I understand we got to work, we got to get that money, but there has to be a time where we find some type of rest. God has called us to rest in moments and in times of our life throughout this journey. So I'm just kind of dealing with, or just wanted to hear what other people had to say, as Brother Melvin so smoothly was like, you know, make everybody rest. Like some people just will have fear of resting because they want to keep going. They don't want to sit back and think about bad times. They don't want to sit back and think about, because when they sit and rest, that's where their mind typically goes to. It doesn't go to the positive side of life. It doesn't go to the way of building myself. It asks me sit down and say, I got to deal with this funk. I got to deal with this trash. I got to deal with this mess. And they said, I'd rather not do that. I'm afraid to deal with that. I'm afraid to see the real me. I'll just work, because that's what people know me for. They know me for my job. They know me for my title. They know me for my position. So if I keep doing that, I can keep smiling and laughing, keep life going, and I don't have to rest, because when I really rest, I'm afraid, because I really got to deal with my own stuff. So let's think about that. Brother Melvin, thank you.
Shout out to Brother Melvin. Brother Melvin, he just smooth brother. There you go, right there. Anybody named Melvin, you right. Anybody named Melvin is smooth.
Yeah.
No, that's so true. That's so true. We live in a culture that wants us to live on a 25/8 schedule. You know what I mean? We live on a 25/8 schedule. We oftentimes talk about 24/7, but you know, 25/8. I remember watching a documentary of Lil Wayne. That's why I actually got that word for the 25/8. It was a documentary, and he said, I want to say when that documentary came out, it was either Bush, because he said, you know, I'm thinking about calling the president. It was either Bush or Obama. He said, I'm thinking about it was like this, how long ago this documentary was, but this one Lil Wayne was Lil Wayne. Like, I mean, this when he was every other song on the radio was Lil Wayne on a feature and all that. And he was on this tour bus and he was saying, you know, he was like, it's just not enough hours in a day. He was like, you know, I live on 25/8. I'm thinking about calling the president and telling him we need to add some more hours and some more days to the days just so I can get. And you know, it got me thinking like, yeah, that's how you got to move. That's how. And I spent so much time doing that. Like, don't go to bed at night because I got to get this done. I got to do it. And then like, what ended up happening? Nothing. I still ain't getting nothing done. Like. And then the only thing I did was warm myself out, exhausted myself. You know, it's not a knock to Lil Wayne, but it's like all of us, we live in a culture that teaches us to be that way. We're just a product of the culture around us. But when you live in a culture that's like that, it's really hard to then take on a culture that says, no, take you a day. And in God's eyes, like take you a day once a week. Like, so not even just take you a day, but take you a day every week.
Yeah.
Where literally the entire day, the only thing you do is chill.
You're right.
Chill. You relax. You rest. You get back in tune. You pray. You let your brain turn off. You know, like I mean, imagine leaving your computer on. You know, if you equate the brain to a computer, imagine leaving a computer on for like I don't know, 3 weeks. Like it just stays on. You never turn it off. You never do anything. You just running it hard. It's not just on. It's like running heavy programs and everything. Your cache gonna get filled up. Not your cache, CASH, but your cache, CACHE. And then what happens? The computer starts running slower. Programs start running slower. The computer starts overheating. You keep running your computer like that long enough, and you're gonna need a new computer real soon because it's gonna die on you, right? Yeah. At some point, the technicians will tell you, turn it off, reset it, let it go. So if you got to do that with everything else, why are we not doing that to ourselves? What kind of devotion can we really say we have to ourselves if we're not willing to shut it down and relax it for a minute? Think for a minute, you know.
That's the battle again, man. As society and culture tell us to work to get that money. That's going to make your family be great. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. That's the whole model. And so then you got a kingdom model that tells you there's some resting that needs to take place. Rest for what? I'll rest when I die. I hate that saying, but I understand what people are saying. I would never confess that I'm going to rest when I die. No, I'm going to rest while I'm living my life and living my best life for God. You know what I mean? And so I definitely understand where it's coming from. But that whole the fear of really leaning into rest, the fear of I'm missing out on something if I decide to sit down and rest. Someone's going to take my spot. If it's your assignment and God is called to give it to you and it's yours, can't nobody take it away. So it's just the mindset but in the culture, it tells you if you sit down, somebody's going to take your spot. Somebody's always right there next in line to take your stuff. So are we going to believe the report of the Lord or not? Again, there's decisions we have to make. Yeah, you can go back and forth and go with culture at one point, and then you want to use God as a flat tire and use him. Okay, come on. We do that. We see that in music. They use the gospel industry that all the time. When they get in hard trouble, let me write a song and hope for the gospel in the church and the Lord to get on my side. Okay, it's the same process. So to me, we have to make decisions which one you're going to go with. Culture going to always push what it's going to push. Are you going to believe in focus and lean in on that? Or are we going to focus and stand on what the kingdom of God is saying? And I think that's just a battle in life in this journey.
You just gave us a new day. Tambourine, Focus Friday. What are you focusing on? What are you focusing on? There it is. What are you going to focus on? Like Richard just said, the culture will always give you something. It's going to push what it's going to push. It ain't always that it's like demonic. Like, you know, that's that the church always be quick to be like, the world is demonic and it's trying to take you to hell. It ain't always even that. The world just going to do what the world is going to do. It's just a matter of how are you going to maneuver through the world? You know what I mean? How are you going to maneuver through it? Because it's, you know, the systems of this world are set up to maintain the world, but the system of God is set up to maintain you, and you were the one that's supposed to have dominion in the world. If you read Genesis says that you are given dominion. So the system of the world is going to set itself up, but don't be conformed to this world or the systems of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. How do you renew your mind? Well, first off, you got to reset it. Sometimes you got to rest it. You got to do that so that then you can actually not be driven by the systems, but you be the one who is the driver of the systems, and you can't drive without rest. They make truckers take a break. Eric, you know this when you go on tour and you on them tour buses, like they got to route those tours. They got to route it, or they got to staff it based on how far the tour bus can actually drive. So the driver
got to get that 8 hours.
Got to get that 8 hours. He can go like 10 hours, and then they got to take 8 hours and be like they got to stop. It's something like 10 hours or 11, whatever it is. Like if they get pulled over by the police and they pull out and they got to log it, and they see that it's on there, it's a hefty fine. They'll take their license, they'll do all of that because you got people on the back of this bus and you going long distance. And if you fall asleep behind this wheel, look at what you just did. You are a danger to yourself. You are a danger to the people on this bus. You are a danger to the people on the road. So they demand that you take a break, that you take a rest. And so tour buses, they have to have an additional driver that's like a relief driver, just in case they have to do a long distance thing. Or
you gotta have sleeping space for them.
You gotta have a little space.
Lay down.
Wow. Or you got to just stop, or you can't go further than 10 hours or whatever away. So you have to route a whole tour based on the driving. Literally, why? So rest can happen. Like, it's important. It's important. Give a shout out to John Johnson real quick. He said he's just passing through. I'm going to shout him out real quick. Freedom Lighting. Freedom Friday. Oh, Freedom Lighting Friday. Get all your freedom lighting needs. Freedom Lighting. Yeah, man. It's I think it's important, man. I think that, again, as we round this week out, I'm gonna toss it back to the two of y'all. As we round this week out, we've had a great 2 weeks here. These last 2 weeks, last week was just all encouragement. It was just all encouragement. It wasn't nothing but encouragement and all that stuff like that. And this week, the question was, okay, now we had all this encouragement. Now what we going to do with all this encouragement? We're going to do something with it, or we just going to look up and say we felt good and then be back in the same position we was, 2 weeks ago when we needed the encouragement. So the encouragement is encouraging us to have momentum, motion, movement, myself included. I'm not just the hair club president. I'm a hair club member. We're holding each other accountable. But now this week was all about those actual tools to actually get up and do stuff. And what y'all are hearing here is the tools necessary. And so that's why I wanted to round this week out with, what are you devoted to? Are you devoted to yourself in the manner? Are you devoted to yourself in the manner that allows you now to get up and actually have that motion? Are you giving too much time and effort and energy and attention to other things, other people, other stuff that maybe you do need to be a part of? Yeah, you got, like Richard just said, you do got to get the money. Like, I mean, you can't just be out here bumming it out like with no job. Like, you do need to do that. Like, you're not going to be able to live without it. But has it taken up so much of your life that now you're devoted to the job? And in the middle now, trying to discipline yourself, like trying to beat yourself up, discipline yourself so that you can do something for somebody else? Or are you willing to say, no, I'm devoted to me? And so the reason I do this is because I see how it fits into making sure my life is hard. I got this job because I need this job. Not I got this job because I just got to have it, in the sense that I got to build your thing up. But no. It fits into what my life is. I'm devoted to me. And if you locked in with me, if this attaches to what I got going on, what I believe God is sending me to, I'm devoted to that first and foremost.
Hello?
And that's the way we do it. What?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's up?
You good?
Everything all right?
Now it's working. My phone
it
keeps clipping out.
Yeah, keep on clipping out. We could
it was clipping out. Pause.
Clearly Eric is on the phone, y'all. There. Clearly he done took a work call. There. Hello. I dare everybody just to write that real quick. Hello.
Hello, E, that's you. Hey, what's up?
I don't know. I think this is a great way to round it out, man. If y'all don't, I think this is a great way to round out the weekend as we approach in the 9:51 hour.
9:51. Oh my God. You've been out here doing everything since 7:30 and beyond.
Yeah,
and before.
Yeah. Which is why I need a rest.
Rest time, huh?
I need a rest. I'm like John Johnson about to pull it down. There's Eric. He's off the phone there.
Man, ain't nothing like early morning work calls and people complaining about stuff you can't do. You know how I go at HR. Manager didn't call me with a schedule, bro. I don't have nothing to do with that. Call the manager. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you want me to do? But anyway,
remind me after the show. My guy, I will talk about that later. I've been meaning to tell you this for 2 days, so that's on me. Yeah. I don't know. Let's round table this thing out so I can give enough time for y'all to say what you need to say. I'm done talking. I am complete. I think that I am complete. Eric, what you got for the people? What you got?
Be quick. It's gonna be quick. Hey, look, everybody. Like my man.
That's what she said.
Hey.
That was a good one. That's what she said.
All right, go ahead. My bad, bro. My bad.
I like that.
That's what she said to Rich. So yeah, with this coming week, we want you guys just to focus on you. Take some time to focus on you and the things God has been you. It's okay to support everybody else. Anybody who knows me, I travel, I tour, I work with a lot of people, but I still make time for this guy and the things that are important for him. So find a way to make time for those things that are important to you this week. This coming weekend, make a plan this weekend that next week starts, you're going to make time for you in some kind of form, even if it's 30 minutes a day, if it's an hour a day. Take some me time, okay? Thank you guys for following us and watching us. We really, really, really appreciate that. And we thank you guys. Every week we say that, but we truly mean we thank you. Enjoy your weekend. Yeah, I think I'll be here Monday. Then after that, I'm out until Monday. I'll be here Friday and next Tuesday. So, but thank y'all, man. Again, support us. We love you. And praying for you guys. Pray for us. Keep us in your prayers. Zeke got a situation going. Pray for him. Pray for Rich. Pray for this country. Pray for one another. Love on one another and support one another. And that's it for me. And I'm going to give it over to the Billy Graham of 2025, Dr. Rich Holmes.
The Billy Graham of 2025. My God.
Come on, brother. Brother, you got to lift our hands, brothers.
Rich Holmes, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Listen, we talked about rest, and I'm all for rest with vacation, rest with just chilling, rest with just easing your mind, enjoying a good brunch every now and again. That's awesome. But here's the spiritual side view of it that I want to give as well. Resting, meaning I am so confident and I'm so resting in God's promise, what he told me, in his word, what he promised me. I'm rested in the assignment that he's given me. So to the point, I'm so rested and confident in it that when I make a decision to step out and do something, I know I'm not stepping in my own power. I know God is with me. He's right there with me, walking with me as I make decision. I'm so rested and comfortable with his presence being with me every step of the way. Hey, listen, life is choice driven. You will live and die by the choices you choose to make. I got a hint for you. Choose life. God, we thank you for everybody that tuned in. Thank you for this community of like-minded people, Lord God. We thank you for joy unspeakable. We thank you for peace in the midst of storms. We thank you for the ability to even rest, Lord God. We thank you, Lord God, that you continue to show us how to rest in your promise, how to rest in your word, how to rest in your presence, Father, because we really found out if we can just keep your presence around us, you said there's some joy in there. You said we'll find some peace in there. So God, we are asking that you continue to surround us with your presence, Lord. Walk with us day by day, because we know your presence resides on the inside of us. Make us a believer of that. Let us know that and have a witness in that you are always with us, and that causes us to triumph, that causes us to rest, that causes us to believe, that causes us to pursue and to go forward, because we're not in our own abilities. We're not just working in our own powers, but we are working with you. And God, we thank you for protection this week. We thank you, Lord God, for direction this week. Keep us close to you and stay close to us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Go Bears! Go Bears!
Go Bears! Hey, for everybody from the Dallas area, like Mama, they are now hating us for saying that, right? Because they Dallas fans, they Cowboys fans.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all! Thank y'all so much again. Like they said, thank y'all for locking in with us. We always appreciate that. We really do. We really do appreciate y'all. Have a great weekend, y'all. The mamas of the show have spoken. Even though Mama JP had to leave a little early, she said she had to sign off early, but she really did enjoy today's show. A great end to the week, and she wants y'all to have a blessed weekend. Everybody, no matter where you are in life, you have a great weekend. And then Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen said, great show. You guys are hilarious. I really do appreciate you. Have a woosah weekend. I like that. A woosah weekend. If you don't do nothing else, take you some woosah. I'm making some time for myself and praying for everyone. Man, listen, I love it. I love it. I love that. And then here's Mama right there. She said, a beautiful show. Family, let's stay encouraged. Yes, y'all. The mamas are speaking today, y'all. Listen, when the mamas start speaking, y'all better listen, man. You better take it. You better take it. And then Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen said, amen, Pastor. I like that.
Ain't this the crybaby song right here?
Yeah, this is the song that made Rod to cry. Yeah.
Cry right now. She's the music. That's like
y'all keep her lifted. And she
It's going.
This all just feels like encouragement. It just feels like inspiration. It just feels like, I can make it. I can fly. I can do it. Y'all can do it. Y'all can do it. If you don't hear nothing else from me, let me close it out like this. You can say this over yourself. Since Rich got a tagline, Eric got a tagline, here goes my tagline. You're better now. You're free now. And everything is going to be all right. I promise y'all that. So y'all have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. I love you. God loves you. Y'all be rested. Y'all be well. Peace out.